freetalklive.com.
From Conan, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, October 31st, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.32 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,218 per ounce. Zen is trading at $13, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,310. Antiwar.com reports the Saudi-led invasion of the vital Yemen aid port of Hodeidah has been slow-going, and that's fueled a lot of complaints from aid groups about the disastrous consequences of them taking the city. This has the coalition planning a major escalation. Officials are now saying more than 10,000 additional troops will be sent to Hodeidah, both trying to shore up parts of the province already captured and starting a new offensive against the city itself within days. This new force is going to be heavily built around the Sudanese military, which has just recently dispatched thousands of troops to join the war. Sudan was part of the Saudi-led coalition from the start, but this is their first major involvement in the ground war in Yemen. Hodeidah is the only aid port under control of the Houthi movement, which controls about half of the country. The port is the lone source of food imports for more than 70% of the country, and the fall of this city is expected by many to turn the country's chronic malnutrition into a famine impacting millions. Zencash has changed their name to Horizon to better represent their transition from a cryptocurrency to a pioneering platform that protects consumer data. They're working towards the day when anyone will be able to build privacy-based applications on the Horizon platform and generate income from them. This will allow Horizon to bring thousands of real-life services to the community, services that provide freedom, utility, and privacy. Learn more at horizon.global and join the Horizon community, HORIZEN.global. Reuters reports with congressional elections a week away, President Donald Trump on Tuesday said he will seek to scrap the right of citizenship for U.S.-born children to non-citizens and undocumented immigrants as he tries to dramatically reshape immigration policy. Reviving his support for a legally questionable theory, Trump told the Axios News website he would issue an executive order on so-called birthright citizenship, an issue that has long wrangled some conservative Republicans. Trump's previous calls to end the practice have resonated with his political base, but moderate Republicans and some legal experts say Trump is running afoul of the U.S. Constitution. Under the Constitution's 14th Amendment, enacted in the wake of the Civil War to ensure that Black Americans previously subject to slavery had full citizenship rights, citizenship is granted to all persons born or naturalized in the United States. It's been routinely interpreted over the years to confer citizenship to any person born in the United States whose parents are undocumented immigrants. Trump, who has made rhetoric against such immigrants a central plank of his presidency, originally spoke out against birthright citizenship when he first started running for president in 2015. One Republican member of Congress, frequent Trump ally Senator Lindsey Graham, said he would move to introduce legislation along the same lines as Trump's order. Neither Graham nor Trump gave any details about the latest plan. The White House did not respond to a request for comment. Other Republicans were critical. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Paul Ryan said Trump could not scrap the right with the stroke of a pen. Ryan, the top Republican in Congress, said in an interview, "You cannot end birthright citizenship with an executive order." In the run-up to the November 6th congressional elections, Trump has seized on a caravan of migrants from Central America who are trekking through Mexico towards the United States, calling the migrants a threat. On Monday, the United States government said it was sending over 5,200 troops to help secure the border with Mexico. Bill Kristol, editor-at-large of the conservative Weekly Standard and a Trump critic, said on Twitter, "The shrinking caravan of refugees is not a threat to the country or the constitutional order. A president who tries to end birthright citizenship by executive order is." Ilya Shapiro, a lawyer with the Cato Institute, said that although there is a debate in academic circles among conservatives on whether Congress could legislate on the issue without running afoul of the 14th Amendment, it's not something that can be done by executive action alone. At least since 2005, Republicans in the U.S. Congress have regularly offered legislation ending birthright citizenship for children born in the United States if their parents were in the United States illegally, but the legislation has never advanced, even when the House of Representatives and the Senate were under Republican control. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program.
Crammed into tiny bar stools, cramped diner booths, and filthy cars where moving their limbs is either uncomfortable or impossible, hundreds of thousands of consumers rip apart chicken wings or tear off bites of heroes and hamburgers every single day, often to the point of bloating, belching, and outright physical pain. Barbecue sauce or hamburger juice will literally dribble down these poor beasts' mouths and onto their shirts, their beards thick with pungent grease. Treated as little more than machines to be stuffed full of smoked pork, marinated chicken, and dry-aged beef, consumers are forced to wait in long lines, often while still fully conscious, before buying their meat and ripping it off the bone with their mouths in plain view of other consumers. The majority of meat consumers are often prodded to ingest vastly more than their bodies can handle thanks to cruel promotions like 25-cent wing nights and family-sized buckets of chicken. Help stop the brutality by visiting...
This is the Onion News Network. Free Talk Live.
Boo! It's Free Talk Live. Halloween edition.
No! I'm very uncomfortable right now.
So funny, Conan with his... Conan is dressed up tonight, but he didn't intend to. He actually allowed Jackie, who's Darryl's girlfriend, to come up with a really, really fast Halloween
And scary.
I didn't even know it was Halloween until I left the house.
You may be the scariest costume among us here. Darryl, you appear to be dressed as a penguin.
Yes.
Which is appropriate because you call yourself the Liberty Penguin.
Yes.
And I just have like a cheap Walmart kind of body onesie skeleton suit on thing. And then, Conan, you are dressed as a property tax bill. Which is going to strike terror into the hearts of all of the adults who are actually out tonight with their children walking about.
Yes.
They claim to be afraid of the property tax bill. We get two a year here in Keene. But when it comes to new legislation, new bonds for new projects here in Keene, you don't see a lot of people coming out and protest saying, "Hey, no, we're good. Let's go ahead and pay down what we got and let's save up for a rainy day."
Nobody likes property taxes, but it's just one of those things that people feel like you gotta deal with. You can't fight City Hall, so. It's
a sad truth, and it's going to come to a head one of these days where it's just it's not going to be any more people to keep this ship afloat. We're all Xers here, or early millennials,
Gen X, yeah.
And I do blame. I
consider myself Gen X.
I know I don't want to scapegoat on the other generations, but the boomers. They really.
They screwed it up.
They really screwed it up for us. And I feel bad. At least we had a decent education. At least we are skilled in certain trades. I feel really bad for the iGen and the millennials that with their horrible schooling and the fact that they just can't do anything because they're the ones Generation Z.
That's the current
generation, right?
Okay.
iGen, snowflakes, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, they're useless. They're
I've never heard
useless.
the term iGen, and you call everybody a snowflake. So
no, I don't call. No, my daughter's generation and the iGen, the Generation Z.
Is she useless?
The 2000s.
Hold on. So how is it both iGen and Generation Z? Because those are completely different letters.
I am. Yes, exactly. They don't all agree on the same thing, and
some people get tired of the whole "let's keep going with letters," right? Because you can only go so far without it. Do you then go back to Generation A after Z? Do you go to
or was
symbols?
it ever Generation A? And why did it start at X?
Because it was edgy, right? Like Generation X was like. Alternative music, Nirvana.
Right,
I don't know. I have no idea.
X is before that.
As I understand it, it was, this one group is the baby boomers. They had a name, and X in mathematics is the unknown. We don't know what to call this thing. So we'll just call it Generation X because we don't have a name for it.
Kind of like Malcolm X.
The reason I like
he picked that name himself,
right? But there's a reason why, and
Yes.
he wasn't the only person calling himself X.
Right.
the reason I like the iGen is because they're all me snowflakes. They're all special and unique. And
but
of course,
that's not new.
you have the iPhone. I mean, that's really their thing.
Yeah, but the whole unique, me, special, unique, or like the whole idea of everyone's a winner, that's not new. They were doing that.
You have the boomers who are in the entitled generation, right? But they wouldn't necessarily be unique.
Were the boomers the
Right.
entitled ones, or
Hold
were
on.
the
The
greatest
boomers-
generation the entitled ones?
Both. But the boomers are the ones that started the give a trophy to everybody. It
Right.
wasn't the kids that were demanding trophies.
So you're saying blame the boomers is what you're saying.
No, he's saying blame the kids because of the
I'm
boomers.
saying blame everybody, but yeah, the kids.
Aren't the young people just the victims of the boomers?
Absolutely, they are the ones that they all got trophies because their boomer parents wanted to have special kids. They wanted all their kids to be special and to feel good
Well,
about
there you
themselves.
go. Now you got it.
And what do you got? You got a bunch of worthless kids who can't. And I know they're not all worthless out there, but I mean most of them, are unskilled. They've been provided a free meal their entire lives and never had to go get jobs and never had to do anything.
Well, they're going to have to get a damn job at some point. I mean, you got to do something.
They got to keep us afloat. They got to start paying into Social Security so that we could retire one day.
I'm not expecting any Social Security.
I'm not
I don't
either.
pay into it, so I'm not going to take out of it.
I'm not either.
I'm not going to ask for it or anything like that.
So trying to find out where the name came from.
Gen X?
No, iGen.
iGen.
Apparently,
Is it the little I with a capital G?
Little I, capital G, and it's to give a name to
Internet.
the
internet
group
generation.
of people that have grown up completely with smartphones,
So-
not just the internet, but smartphones specifically.
And I know a lot of Generation Z who don't even own computers. It's like, well, how do you interact? It's like, on my phone.
Well, that is a computer.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's a baby computer, but I mean, I can't imagine doing everything on, because I have a tablet and I have a pretty smoking hot phone.
Yeah.
But I mean, I couldn't imagine
do anything on a damn
doing
phone.
everything on
I
it.
agree with you. I mean, if I want something productive, I don't use the phone. The phone's like the last resort.
Yeah.
If I'm in a place where I can't have my laptop for whatever reason,
Right.
I don't have an actual computer with a real interface. They've tried to do as best they could with the phones, but you're still very limited in the amount of quickness that you can switch between programs. You can't use two hands easily, so it's very, very limited. iGen. So, like, what the one thing with generations, we're going to get into Ross Ulbricht coming up here. He's got a happy birthday message to Bitcoin because it is Bitcoin's birthday technically today, 10 years old. But these generations, nobody ever seems to really agree on where they start and where they end. So I've heard it said that they're roughly every 20 years, but then some people say that that I'm not really in Generation X. I'm actually in
You're a
the
millennial
because I was born in the 80s, but very, very early. But I say I was Generation X because I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, that seems kind of Gen X to me,
all
but
three of us
I
are
don't know.
definitely tail end of X.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, somebody coined the term Xennial because we were
in the middle.
We transitioned from analog to digital, and we were outside
as teenagers.
We were outside building forts in the woods, and riding our bikes around town, and then we experienced MySpace. And then eventually Facebook, and some of us decided to get off Facebook.
Thank goodness. Are
So
you on
apparently-
Facebook still?
I love Facebook.
Apparently,
I wish there was a Mastodon version, like Faceadon.
There
or something.
actually is a decentralized Facebook thing, and I took a look at it once, and I'm sorry I don't remember. You can ask Michael Hampton because he installed it for me on our server just so I could test it out. And, it seemed to ape what Facebook did. I was just like, do I really want to ape what Facebook did? No, not really. And I didn't really want to move forward with it. But anyway, you were saying, Darryl?
I pulled up a list of generations and the years, and currently, according to
what website?
It's Career Planner.
Okay.
Which is not generally who you would go to for a list of generations, but they have the name Gen Alpha for children born after 2013. So children that are currently being born
that's not
Gen Alpha.
That's not the iGen?
Correct.
iGen was 1995 to 2012.
Right.
Interesting. Okay, so millennials was
80 to 94, roughly.
with Xennial being 75 to 85, Gen X ending in 79.
All right. Xennial.
Go with it.
I mean, of course, the whole thing really is unfair because it's still just grouping people into groups, and we're making statements about groups. And obviously, within the millennials, there are going to be people who have jobs and they're productive and they're smart and they're able to do things. And then there's going to be this other group of not so with it people who can barely program their
I think the youngest millennials, according to this, are 24. So the people that are complaining about those damn millennials that are in high school, they're not millennials. They're not in high school. They're not in college.
And is this saying the term is iGen for the next generation?
They have iGen and Gen Z as interchangeable.
And what's the current one that's 2013 again?
Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha. So they did go back to A.
No, they went to the Greek alphabet.
There's more coming up here from Ross Ulbricht. Your calls and thoughts also welcome. Plus, birthright citizenship is coming up too. It's Free Talk Live.
From the first letter of Captain Mark. History is full of flowery documents claiming to limit the power of the crown, but these poetic social contracts have been impotent to prevent the predation. Limited government is a lie they use to keep us submissive. The crown cannot be trusted to abide by its founding charters, nor its treaties, nor even its own rules. The essence of the crown is centralized violence, and I've had enough. That's why I raised my black banner. I am no revolutionary. My aim is not to reset the cycle of violence, but to break it. My aim is an evolved society, invisible to the crown. Not a new hierarchy, but decentralized networks with no central figure for the crown to target. If you want your servile life, keep it, but we will not submit to the crown's agenda. And when you are ready to stop being its beast of burden, ready for adventure and opportunity, join us at pirateswithoutborders.com.
The Liberty Dollar was so successful that the United States government had to take it down, and its founder, Bernard von Nothaus. Now Bernard's son Extra has launched Liberty Dollar 2. LD2 is a cryptocurrency, but each token is backed by the same gorgeous fine silver rounds that Liberty Dollar has always been known for. Your silver is secured in an audited vault and can be redeemed at any time. There are 1,000 LD2 Zero tokens left in the crowd sale at ld2coin.io. Get yours, ld2coin.io. Are you a cryptocurrency advocate? The Crypto Tip is the ideal outreach tool to help new people discover cryptocurrency. It's a printable business card-sized tip that you can give to service providers, preferably in addition to a good cash tip. When the server scans the QR code, it'll bring up an explanation of cryptocurrency, how to install a wallet, and allow them to claim the tip. If they don't claim the crypto, you get your tip refunded to you after a time period you specify. Plus, if they do claim the tip, you get an email alert. Create as many tips as you want at cryptotip.org. That's cryptotip.org.
Free Talk Live.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is, Sarah, that you believe that the moon does have oxygen, that it does have an atmosphere, that everything that we've ever been told about
it. Does it have water?
Of course. It has light.
Everything we've ever been told about the moon has been a lie, is what you're saying.
You know you can look at this thing, right? Like you can go out with a telescope and you can look at it, right?
So you have to be on the satellite. If you go up to the satellite and drink your urine and take rag baths and all that, and you can take pictures of the moon when you're up on the satellite, but you cannot say anything because they'll kill you.
Hold on a second. Hold on. So you're saying if you go up into a satellite, which people don't do because satellites are just basically electronic equipment that transmit things, but if you were to go up into a satellite, that you would then be able to take a picture of the things that are on the moon.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
It is Free Talk Live. You can dial in toll-free here. You can take control of the airwaves on this Halloween edition. We are here in the studio tonight. With you, it's Ian.
And Conan.
And Darryl.
And, of course, don't forget, you can also join us on the Discord on-air call-in line rooms. Just jump into one of those. There's 4 of them available to you over at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm. And you do need the Discord app in order to get in there. It's free, by the way, so be sure you grab that over at discordapp.com. And install it on your favorite device because it's available cross-platform. Also, want to make sure you know that Bitcoin.com is a sponsor of this program. There's all kinds of interesting things at Bitcoin.com. Tonight, we got something new to announce. They now have a partnership with a gift card specialist at eGifter. So they've got many of the world's leading brands on their roster. You took a look at this earlier, Darryl. I took a glance as well. I didn't look through it. It was an exhaustive list.
So I stopped counting at about 25 rows in, and I was at the letter G, and each row is 5 across.
That's a lot.
Hundreds of things.
Best Buy was in there. I saw that one.
Home Depot, Hotels.com, a lot of your favorite restaurants.
Which means you can now buy those things with Bitcoin Cash. Which you can do by going to giftcards.bitcoin.com. Pick the gift card you want, and make sure it's available to purchase in your country. Follow the instructions on the screen and make your payment using your Bitcoin Cash wallet. You can sit tight then. Your gift card will be delivered to you as soon as it's ready. Giftcards.bitcoin.com. As we go to your phone calls, coming up, speaking of Bitcoin, Ross Ulbricht has a letter from prison. He's the founder of the Silk Road. He's in prison for the next, rest of his life times 2 plus 40 years. And he's got something to say about Bitcoin having its birthday today, celebrating the 10-year anniversary since Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever that is, put the white paper about Bitcoin online. We'll get to Ross Ulbricht's words here in a few moments, and then we'll also talk about Trump and so-called birthright citizenship. In fact, I think that's why Carlin in New Hampshire is on the lines here. Go ahead, Carlin. What's on your mind tonight?
Actually, this is Tom from New Hampshire. Calling from New Hampshire.
Gotcha.
But anyway,
Tom, go ahead.
It's about the misinterpretation of the 14th Amendment. Okay, the line in question says, quote, all persons born or naturalized in the United States, comma, and subject to the jurisdiction thereeof, comma, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, period. Now, that quote, that critical constitutional clause, Trump wants to twist it around and say that that the children of illegal aliens are not automatically citizens because of, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Well, how can their parents be in the United States illegally? How can they be in the United States illegally in violation of U.S. federal law if they're not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States? And in fact, everybody in the world is subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and is subject to the jurisdiction of every country in the world, because every country, if you call in a bomb threat is a crime committed where they have to evacuate the building.
Now, Tom, hold on. You said that everybody is subject to the U.S. jurisdiction if they're here. That's not true. Diplomats of other countries are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States because there's this thing called diplomatic immunity. So if, for instance, say the Princess of England or whatever, the Prince guy, if his wife and him come over as official state visitors from the UK, and they have a baby here, that baby would not be a U.S. citizen because of the diplomatic immunity.
Oh.
But if they were here on a visa as something other than official state entities from another state, then they would be deemed subject to the jurisdiction. So that subject to the jurisdiction thereof really only means except for people that are diplomats from other countries.
Yeah. Well, people might not realize, though, that you are required. You have to obey the laws of every country in the world when you're sitting there in your studio, because if you call in a bomb threat to a foreign country,
I'm not going to call in a bomb threat
I'd like to hear what
because
he's
I'm not
say.
a violent person, but I otherwise am not subject to the
I want to hear
laws
his
in
argument,
Sri Lanka.
Darryl. What are you saying, though, about a bomb threat?
If somebody makes a bomb threat to a foreign country, they've broken the laws of that foreign country, even though they've never been to that foreign country. It's not just where the phone was located from which they made the bomb threat. It's where the building had to be evacuated.
Well, what does that have to do with being subject to their jurisdiction?
Well, you're subject to their jurisdiction if you can be prosecuted for not obeying the law.
Well, they can't prosecute you unless they have your body. So if you are in one area of the world and there's no extradition treaty between those countries, there's very low chance that government is going to spend the time and the money to try to abduct you from that country to have you face trial.
But unless I violate a Sri Lankan law while in Sri Lanka or through some international means of, as you say, calling in a bomb threat, which I would never do, Sri Lanka is not just going to come to the United States and say, well, it's illegal in Sri Lanka for you to do
Well, now, wait
X.
a minute. You're wrong about that because they're not going to come here, but they can say it's illegal to do. There's a headline recently about Canada legalizing cannabis, and at least 3 Asian countries, including South Korea, have now announced that anyone from their country who smokes pot in Canada is going to be subject to prosecution when they come home.
But those countries aren't going to just send their police force to Canada to arrest Canadians that are in Canada and have never been to that country.
No, I totally agree with that.
Tom is saying that every human on this planet is subject to the laws of all 193 countries that are recognized by the UN.
They're not subject
just
to those laws
because they exist.
Yeah, no, they're not subject to those laws because they don't have any enforcement mechanism in those other places, Tom.
Yeah, well, they are still forbidden by law, and they could wind up being prosecuted later.
Well, no, I mean, you haven't read all the laws, so you don't know what those laws forbid. It's very unlikely that they could write a law legally in most places that forbids people who aren't, persons from that country, so-called citizens of that country, from doing something else.
I'm also curious why you keep bringing up the example of calling in bomb threats in other countries. Are you planning to call in bomb threats in other countries?
No, but it's the point is that bomb threats are prosecuted not where you happen to be, but where the building had to be evacuated. And this is also how they get a lot of bankers under United States federal money laundering laws when the bank is nowhere near the United States. And that's because the bank has...
Hold on, are you saying the United States is arresting bankers globally?
Oh, yeah. When they happen to find themselves, changing flights in the United States, they get busted for violating U.S. federal money laundering laws.
Well, sure, but that's not saying that they have jurisdiction in other countries. I don't think you really understand, thank you for the call, what jurisdiction is. It's a legal concept. All of this is legal fiction. It's legal mumbo-jumbo. But if they don't have the ability to enforce their laws, they don't have jurisdiction, which means that if a person, as he was saying, crosses into the United States and the U.S. wants to arrest that person, well, there's your nexus, right? Their body, their warm body is now within the arbitrary political geographic boundaries called the United States. Therefore, they can do whatever they want to you at that point. There's more coming up, which is why Julian Assange does not want to come anywhere close the U.S.
When you use public Wi-Fi, hackers and identity thieves can see anything you do online. Embarrassing photos, your web history, even your passwords. That's why I use private internet access to encrypt my internet connection for less than 10 cents a day. Sign up now at privateinternetaccess.com, and in just a few minutes, you'll be browsing anonymously and only sharing what you want to share. privateinternetaccess.com. It's time to protect your online privacy.
Hear that? That's the sound of a house being trashed while a gang of thieves ransack the place. And what they don't steal will be destroyed.
This year, resolve not to be the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone inside is watching TV, even when you're miles away. Security is a mindset, and Fake TV should be part of your security solution. Be vigilant, but not fearful. faketv.com.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm. The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Hi, I'm Derek J. I don't want a politician to represent me. To me, government is the idea that one group of people can coerce everyone to comply with an edict or face increasing punishments up to and including death. Despite perhaps the most noble of intentions, the best government services are a far cry from what could be provided for by voluntary interactions. Besides, the people who call themselves the government wage wars and put peaceful people in jail for crimes involving no victims. If Starbucks used some of its money to drop bombs, I wouldn't shop there. So why would I support the American empire? The empire does not require my consent.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. That's victimlesscrimespree.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
Yep, it's Free Talk Live. You can dial in toll-free here and take control of the airwaves. Bring up whatever it is you want to talk about. Our number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. Live Halloween edition of the program. Coming up, a letter from Ross Ulbricht. He didn't write it to us. He wrote it to Bitcoin, as I understand it, and in celebration of today being October 31st. Yes, it's Halloween, but it's also the day Satoshi Nakamoto released the white paper for Bitcoin. So we'll tell you more about that coming up here in moments. Your calls and thoughts are welcome. Plus, this birthright citizenship thing is on the way as well. That's been a big controversy, and we have yet to actually talk about it here on Free Talk Live over the last several days. It's been all over the news. By the way, I do want to make sure that you know about Anarchapulco. It is coming up, and it's going to be here before you know it. You can go to anarchapulco.com code FTL is what you want to use. Code FTL will get you 15% off
what is going to be an amazing event. It was great in 2018. It was great in 2017. 2018, it was sold out. So those are the 2 years that I've been. And this year, it appears to be on track for a sellout as well, with over 2,000 of the 3,000 tickets available now, not available anymore. So it's been not quite sold out, but it's getting there. I would say you want to get your tickets sooner rather than later. They're going to have some great speakers there, Ron Paul included, as well as Judge Napolitano and many more. Anarchapulco.com, code FTL. They'll be discussing entrepreneurship, investments, politics, philosophy, health, sustainability, lifestyles, and personal relationships for 4 days among the sun and beaches of a world-class resort. So go to anarchapulco.com and use code FTL like Free Talk Live. Get registered and receive 15% off. That's anarchapulco.com, code FTL like Free Talk Live. Ian, Conan, and Darryl in the studio tonight. We're going to continue here with your calls and thoughts. First up, it's Eugene in Detroit. You're on Free Talk Live. Go ahead, Eugene.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, you're on the air. Good.
Oh, good. Well, I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on the bomb threat guy from before.
Yeah.
I was gonna give my thoughts on it as
Please.
well. So what I think that the caller was CJ Wetjeans. He goes by on YouTube. He's a big YouTuber.
Why does he call himself CJ Wetjeans? Is he, known for urinating in his pants or something like that?
He likes to go in the backyard and spray his jeans with the hose.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like a fetish of his or something. He's pretty big on YouTube, though.
Have any of y'all heard of this person?
Never heard of him, but I have heard of Tom in New Hampshire that calls in quite a good bit.
Yeah, probably
and he's
not the
good
same.
about making sure that he uses his name because he wants people to know who he is.
Yeah, this guy's that called in is a former failed politician who had to quit his job. Didn't he have to resign?
He
from
resigned
office?
as a state
in disgrace,
rep,
basically.
in disgrace after making statements about people needing to shoot more cops.
So what is this CJ Wetjeans guy? What does he talk about on his YouTube? What makes him so popular?
Well, he talks about, jeans mostly. It's a whole community of people, getting their jeans wet. They like to roll in mud.
Are you watching it, Conan? Did you pull it up?
I'm looking at these videos and they look ridiculous.
How many subscribers?
And a lot of them do look like they're urinating in their own pants.
That's weird, but hey, everybody's into their own thing. So
they're into their own thing, and they're not harming anybody, right?
Sure, man. Whatever. Do whatever it is that turns you on. Hey, Conan, how many subscribers does this guy have? Normally it shows on the little
348.
That's it?
That's it.
There's not 348,000?
Nope, 348.
Oh, wow.
Let me see how long he's been around.
So he's at best he's up and coming, Eugene. I don't know if I would call
I
that.
thought he was more popular than that.
So he joined in 2013.
Pull up his videos and pull up organized by popularity and see what his number one YouTube video is and how many views it has and what is the title. Anyway, Eugene, how did you stumble across this guy? Is this your fetish?
It is not my fetish, but I actually found him through Arab Andy. Arab Andy and CJ Wetjeans were going to do a video together, or a live stream together.
Or as they call it, a collab? A collab in the world of videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't hear of CJ Wetjeans until Arab Andy told me about it. And then they were going to do a collab. But then we all know what happened to Arab Andy, and that was
No, I don't know what happened. I don't know any of these people.
Never heard of him.
There's so many people on YouTube. People will expect you to know who their favorite YouTubers are, and I've never heard of almost any of them. But that doesn't mean they're not popular. It's so easy for people to become popular within a certain niche of an interest these days. But that doesn't mean that anybody knows who these people are. So who's Arab Andy? Is he what's his deal?
Well, Arab Andy is also on YouTube. I'm sure if you have your buddy there. Look
Conan's
him
doing
up.
research here. Did we determine?
Arab Andy?
Yeah, go ahead. On Arab Andy, what?
He's probably a little more popular than CJ.
He sounds offensive. Is he offensive?
Oh, no, not at all.
No?
He's a very lovable person.
Is that right? So what happened to him? You said everybody knows what happened to him.
Oh, yeah, okay. I've heard of this guy.
Have
He's the dude that he went to a college and was making bomb threats on college while live streaming.
And his name was Lebanese Andy, that made a donation.
Oh, right. He did this thing. He claims, I was just reading the things that people asked me to read when they gave me money.
Well, he did not say anything. It was media played through one of his speakers that he did not have control of. And because someone donated a certain amount of money, they were able to request a YouTube video to play, which was a bomb threat.
Oh, my. Okay, so wait. So he made a phone call. Wait, who did he call with the bomb? How did the bomb threat get
He was walking
delivered?
around college.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, I guess he had a speaker, and I thought he was just like reading things or saying stuff.
So he's walking around a college campus with a speaker. Somebody trolls him by playing a bomb threat video on his feed, and then he got
During
arrested.
his live stream.
And he got arrested for it.
He got arrested for it. He served 4 months in jail. He was released on the 1st of October. Free Arab Andy, 2TD. I'm so glad he's free.
That's crazy. Now, did he, when it happened, I mean, were you watching this? Have you seen the footage, Eugene?
Oh, I was watching live.
You were watching
when he
live.
got arrested.
When he was live, and this person who he supposedly doesn't know or whatever put this bomb threat on his audio, did he sort of just let it fly? Did he say, whoa, that's not cool? Like, did he make any kind of commentary about that?
So the streamer Arab Andy, he quickly said, "Wow, that was a crazy reaction. I did not, you're not going to get a crazier reaction than that." And then you had the donator, which trolled him or got him in trouble. That played the sound. Was saying in chat that how awesome he was, that he was a beast. He activated beast mode, and just saying how great of a guy.
So he
was
pumped
and
him
how
up
funny
for
he
it.
was.
He pumped him up. He made him think that he wasn't.
He was pumping himself up.
That's a
saying
shame.
it was all him.
Eugene, thanks for the call tonight, man. I appreciate the story. The toll-free number here. What's the #1 video of this Wetjeans guy?
1 year ago, 4,000 views. I've watched a couple of these. There's a lot of concentration on the groin area. It's very strange. And it's an old boomer, too. Old guy. Very.
I'm going to have to check this out.
Absolutely bizarre.
There's more coming up here in moments. It's Free Talk Live.
Bitcoin.com wants you to know about SaveItPurse.com. Since launching in 2014, over 200,000 users have saved an average of 15% for a combined $4 million using Bitcoin, or BTC. And now you can use Bitcoin Cash, BCH, to fund your account. You can save between 5 to 33% on things you're going to buy anyway when you shop using SaveItPurse.com. Add items to your cart, fund your account, select your discount, and save. SaveItPurse.com. Save ATPurse.com.
Your property and your family are precious. Protect them with Blink, like we have. Blink motion-activated HD cameras are wire-free, set up fast, and their batteries last up to 2 years. And Blink's live feed option lets you monitor what's happening at home anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. No contracts, no subscriptions, and Blink works with Alexa. You can get 3 Blink cameras for way less than the other guys, plus an extra 15% off. Visit blinkprotect.com/FTL. blinkprotect.com/FTL.
Marijuana has unleashed a green gold rush across our nation. It's creating $10.8 billion in new wealth a year. And every day, it's transforming more and more Americans into millionaires. In an historic event, former Speaker of the House John Boehner reveals how you could become one of them. Join him online for the American Cannabis Summit. Attendance is 100% free, but space is limited. To secure your spot, text JOIN to 44055. This event is the the first of its kind ever. John Boehner and an esteemed panel will reveal which cannabis stocks are primed to deliver life-changing windfalls in the weeks and months ahead. Plus, they will show you how to become a cannabis angel investor, backing the hottest startups before they potentially become worth billions of dollars. To join American Cannabis Summit, text JOIN to 44055. Attendance is free. Text JOIN to 44055.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
Hey, it's Free Talk Live. You can dial in toll free here. It is the Halloween edition. We're here live, and you can bring up whatever you want. Our number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. Also, we've got our Discord, on-air call-in line rooms. The Discord chat is always fun. There's always interesting stuff going on there. Frequently there is. In fact, it's available to you 24/7. You can go to discord.lrn.fm. You can get involved with other Free Talk Live listeners. I was having a blast in the Discord chat as I was traveling back the other night. You were... Darryl, you were on Monday night for like the last hour and 15 minutes. So as I was listening to the show on the airplane, I'd ordered the internet access on Southwest, and I was just in there chatting with the other chatters in the Discord, and it was a lot of fun to have their company while in the boring airports of America. So get on over to discord.lrn.fm, which is actually also the way we've been getting phone calls as well, because it sounds way better, and it is free. So increase in your audio quality. If you sound better, you're more likely to get more time. I mean, if you're terrible, you're probably not going to get much time, no matter how good you sound. But if you are better sounding versus not so much on the, like if you're on the phone, you're not going to sound as good. If you're better sounding on Discord, then, we might have you on for longer. Just depends. Discord.lrn.fm gets you over there. In fact, that's where we're going now, to the second Discord call in line, where Satan is calling from hell. Satan, you're on Free Talk Live with Ian, Conan, and Darryl.
Yes, happy Halloween. Darryl asked me a question the other day about Lucille Ball.
Did you?
What was the question that you asked, Darryl? Do you recall that?
I don't recall the specific wording of the question, but I believe when we had someone calling themselves God last week, they said that Lucille Ball was in your place.
In hell.
Not the good place, right.
So God said Lucille Ball is in hell.
Yeah.
And you wanted to verify that was true?
Right, and I'm trying
you didn't
to
take
figure
God's
out why.
word for it, is what you're saying. All right, Satan, what do you think?
Well, I can tell you why she's here.
Why?
Why?
Okay, so back in the 1950s, God and I were fighting over who gets what comedian, because they're all bad people. So,
they're not
in
all
the 70s,
bad people.
God was pretty, dead set that he wanted Lucille Ball. But in the 70s, this guy, George Carlin, came around. And, it's obvious Carlin was coming down here, so, we decided to make a trade.
Wait, you're saying God wanted Carlin?
Yes.
And so you got Lucille Ball.
Yeah, and it was kind of complicated because in 1989 I gave her a thoracic aneurysm, but it got repaired because she prayed it would get repaired, and I said no, that's not how it works. So I gave her another one and she died.
Wait, are you saying that, Satan? Are you saying you have the power to just give people horrifying diseases and maladies while they're still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Stop lying.
Uh-oh.
You be quiet.
Wow. There are actually... Now, this is unusual because normally you can't have more than one caller on our Discord line, so there
I
may
can
be...
do what I please.
I know, it's God, right?
This is great.
This is pretty great. Go. Keep going.
Wait.
Why are you trying to interrupt me? I told you not to call into radio shows. I own all of them. Hold on. No!
He just dropped off the line.
Wait, I want to know why that Satan didn't want Carlin and why God did.
I wish we could have gotten to more of those details.
I'm also curious, because Lucille Ball for George Carlin doesn't seem like an even trade. So did you wind up getting like a carton of cigarettes to go with it? Maybe some ballpark Franks?
Right. And here's another question. Where exactly is hell?
Are you saying that
and a player to be named later?
Are you saying Carlin is a better comedian than Lucille Ball?
I would say that George Carlin was a better comedian. Now, hold on.
I think they had different audiences.
They did have different audiences. It was different types of comedy.
Right. I mean, there's some funny Lucille Ball.
The Lucille Ball comedy stands up longer.
Well, I mean, she's been around longer, so you don't have...
No. I'm saying you could put in a tape or pull up YouTube videos of an I Love Lucy episode from the 1950s or 60s, whenever it was, and it would still be funny today.
Sure.
Whereas there's certain comedy that George Carlin did that might not still, stand the test of time.
Wait, are you speculating on that, or do you think there is stuff that he's done that hasn't stood the test of time?
There's probably some of the stuff that he did from the 70s that was dated comedy, is what I'm saying.
Could be. I mean, it's fair to speculate about that, but you don't really know.
I've not watched and listened to
You're not enough
every...
of a fan, right? You're not are you a fan of Carlin?
I like him. I wouldn't use the term fan because fan, and I realize that Conan would say, no, that is fanboy what you're describing.
Short for fanatic.
Right, but in my view, the word fan would be somebody that has listened to everything that a person has done.
I wouldn't say that. That's fanboy.
I mean,
a fan, you'd like something. But I mean, if you know the inner workings.
No, the word fan is short for fanatic. It is somewhat. It's the guy that goes to the football games
they got the
with
jersey.
the face paint.
They've
got the jersey.
The face paint, right?
They're tailgating for 5 hours before the game, even though the game kicks off at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Fans are fanboys.
Yeah.
I think to a lesser extent.
I think you could argue that fanboy is even further than fan. Like, a fanboy might be more likely to engage in fan fiction or something like that, to go to an even further cosplay or whatever. But fans are certainly not like, I just like him. Because I like George Carlin. I've enjoyed his comedy, but by no means am I a fan. I can't name any of his albums. I can't name any of, the places he's played. I don't have any of the statistics. Whereas like a sports fan, those people, they know where their favorite player was and what year on what team. And
you could start rattling off statistics of how many yards Barry Sanders had on Thanksgiving Day in a certain year against what team, what the weather was.
I got to hand it to Satan and God, whoever is, doing that. That is pretty good stuff. I appreciate that call. It was a great Great call. And I agree with you. Wish we could have gone further, but I suspect since they've called more than once now, there's a chance that we will hear from them again.
Yeah, and I would like to know where hell is. Where is it located?
It is in your mind.
Is it Antarctica? Is it in my mind? Is it in the center of the Earth?
Hold on.
With
he can't tell you that's where the door in Antarctica goes. They're not allowed to tell you.
We're not allowed to go there anyway. So
is this a flat Earth thing?
It's not like I can go find out.
No. So there's something that, and I don't know if anybody's ever actually been to the thing, but there is something that if you go on Google Earth, somewhere in Antarctica, somebody found this thing that appears to be a door.
Oh, you mean the sinkhole, the opening into the? Yes, there's like a hole. And there's lots of faded out areas that the satellite has not picked up for whatever reason.
One of the theories about this weird door is that it was a secret Nazi base that was built in the 1940s, and then other people say that it's like a trapdoor into the hollow earth and something, and I'm just making a joke that it's the door to hell.
Let's go to Harry. He's in New York. You're on Free Talk Live. Hello, Harry.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you're on the air.
I just took a look at your guys' studio camera. I see that you're all dressed up for the holiday. That's great.
Conan was earlier, but it's probably a little taxing to have his outfit
that
on.
Big paper,
yeah.
I'm curious why the guy dressed up as a penguin didn't dress like
Darryl.
Pinocchio instead. Darryl.
Are you suggesting Darryl's telling a lie?
He might be.
Well, about what?
See that thing? I don't know, but his nose is growing.
Okay.
What?
But why?
Well, he could have even been a beaver with those choppers. You know what I mean?
I see. You're making fun of Darryl's facial features. Thank you for the call tonight. Pretty lame. Toll-free number here is hard to follow up God and Satan.
Yeah.
The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. He's just jealous of you, Darryl, because you lost 150 pounds or whatever it was. And
145.
145 pounds. You lost
and
an
I'm
entire
running the New York
human.
Marathon on
you could
Sunday.
probably run this guy into the ground.
Yeah. Probably could bench press him. He's frequently at the gym doing all kinds of gym kinds of things and running marathons. And
he's a gym rat. He's a gym fan.
Yeah.
So you see running. You're a fan.
Yeah.
Maybe even a fanboy.
Running fanatic. Yeah, I would say perhaps
infatuated with the run.
I am a life member of Half Fanatics.
What's that?
What's that?
Marathon people?
Right. So I wound up in the last 6 calendar months running 6 half marathons, which qualifies me for Half Fanatics, which are people that have run a bunch of half marathons in short periods of time.
Do you have to prove that you've run that many marathons somehow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Submit race results, things like that.
Results. Okay. Toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE. Coming up, Ross Ulbricht, the founder of the Silk Road, the world's first and most important underground drug marketplace, has a message. And, Darryl, you have that message from him to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the creation of Bitcoin. This is Free Talk Live. Hour 2's next.
Times are changing. The circus of politics, healthcare's low standards and high prices, and let's not forget food quality. What to do? Arm yourself with Life Change Tea at GetTheTea.com. In a world of chemical imbalance and poor air and water quality, it's time you make a move. Log on to GetTheTea.com and stock up on organic non-GMO supplements. Don't forget the tea. Cleansing your body never felt so good. And we have a brand new tea called Takedown Tea, which helps support healthy glucose. All natural body support so you can be at your best, naturally. All you have to do is log on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. We're not a fad that comes and goes. We are the real deal. Join us and armor up. GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. Changing America's health one tea bag at a time.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 2 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Conan, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, October 31st, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.32 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,218 per ounce. Zen is trading at $13, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,310. Antiwar.com reports the Saudi-led invasion of the vital Yemen aid port of Hodeidah has been slow going, and that's fueled a lot of complaints from aid groups about the disastrous consequences of them taking the city. This has the coalition planning a major escalation. Officials are now saying more than 10,000 additional troops will be sent to Hodeidah, both trying to shore up parts of the province already captured and starting a new offensive against the city itself within days. This new force is going to be heavily built around the Sudanese military, which has just recently dispatched thousands of troops to join the war. Sudan was part of the Saudi-led coalition from the start, but this is their first major involvement in the ground war in Yemen. Hodeidah is the only aid port under control of the Houthi movement, which controls about half of the country. The port is the lone source of food imports for more than 70% of the country, and the fall of this city is expected by many to turn the country's chronic malnutrition into a famine impacting millions. Zencash has changed their name to Horizon to better represent their transition from a cryptocurrency to a pioneering platform that protects consumer data. They're working towards the day when anyone will be able to build privacy-based applications on the Horizon platform and generate income from them. This will allow Horizon to bring thousands of real-life services to the community, services that provide freedom, utility, and privacy. Learn more at horizon.global and join the Horizon community, HORIZEN.global. Reuters reports with congressional elections a week away, President Donald Trump on Tuesday said he will seek to scrap the right of citizenship for U.S.-born children to non-citizens and undocumented immigrants as he tries to dramatically reshape immigration policy. Reviving his support for a legally questionable theory, Trump told the Axios News website he would issue an executive order on so-called birthright citizenship, an issue that has long wrangled some conservative Republicans. Trump's previous calls to end the practice have resonated with his political base, but moderate Republicans and some legal experts say Trump is running afoul of the U.S. Constitution. Under the Constitution's 14th Amendment, enacted in the wake of the Civil War to ensure that black Americans previously subject to slavery had full citizenship rights, citizenship is granted to all persons born or naturalized in the United States. It's been routinely interpreted over the years to confer citizenship to any person born in the United States whose parents are undocumented immigrants. Trump, who has made rhetoric against such immigrants a central plank of his presidency, originally spoke out against birthright citizenship when he first started running for president in 2015. One Republican member of Congress, frequent Trump ally Senator Lindsey Graham, said he would move to introduce legislation along the same lines as Trump's order. Neither Graham nor Trump gave any details about the latest plan. The White House did not respond to a request for comment. Other Republicans were critical. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Paul Ryan said Trump could not scrap the right with the stroke of a pen. Ryan, the top Republican in Congress, said in an interview, "You cannot end birthright citizenship with an executive order." In the run-up to the November 6th congressional elections, Trump has seized on a caravan of migrants from Central America who are trekking through Mexico towards the United States, calling the migrants a threat. On Monday, the United States government said it was sending over 5,200 troops to help secure the border with Mexico. Bill Kristol, editor-at-large of the conservative Weekly Standard and a Trump critic, said on Twitter, "The shrinking caravan of refugees is not a threat to the country or the constitutional order. A president president who tries to end birthright citizenship by executive order is. Ilya Shapiro, a lawyer with the Cato Institute, said that although there is a debate in academic circles among conservatives on whether Congress could legislate on the issue without running afoul of the 14th Amendment, it's not something that can be done by executive action alone. At least since 2005, Republicans in the U.S. Congress have regularly offered legislation ending birthright citizenship for children born in the United States if their parents were in the United States illegally. But the legislation has never advanced, even when the House of Representatives and the Senate were under Republican control. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numery supporters. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
The FAA has issued a reminder that any plane can crash and kill you. Deputy FAA Administrator Serena Grant.
This year, there will be more flights than ever. Any one of them could blow up in the middle of the sky without warning. That's why we're asking all Americans to tell their families that they love them before taking off.
The agency also released a list of important questions to ask yourself or your seatmate during your flight, including, should the wing be doing that? What is that whirring noise? And do all planes shake this much? They're reminding passengers that even the smallest amount of turbulence could mean you're headed toward a sudden explosive death. While hurtling through the sky at unimaginable speeds in a steel coffin can feel like gambling with your life, the FAA says there are ways to regain the illusion of control.
If you're worried about crashing, why not switch your flight at the last second? It might just save your life. Or kill you, depending on which plane crashes.
And for those who aren't flying this holiday, the FAA has reminded everyone that a plane could fall out of the sky right on top of you at any moment.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
Hey, it's Free Talk Live. Dial on in here, toll free, and take control of the airwaves. Our number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. And also, there's the Discord on our call-in line rooms, which are available to you over at discord.lrn.fm. With you tonight, it's Ian.
And Conan.
And Darryl.
Coming up, we've got the letter from Ross Ulbricht to celebrate today being the 10th anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper being released by Satoshi Nakamoto. And 10 years later, we still don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Is it a guy? Is it a lady? Who knows? There's really no clue whatsoever to that
could
person's
be both
identity.
Meaning that it could be a group of people.
Oh, okay.
So it could be a couple of men, a couple of women. It could be that as well.
It could be AI.
We don't know.
What if it was an alien?
Could be the people who seeded us.
What if it was God?
Put us here on.
What if it was Satan?
What if it was Satan? What if God and Satan are the same person?
Actually, and this is how you get flat earthers.
You're not saying he's a flat earther? Are you?
For speculating that God and Satan are the same person?
By being a complete contrarian and everything somebody says, well, what if it's the opposite?
Of course Satan is God, because God created Satan, right? Like,
maybe
if you
it's
believe
the concave earth.
If you believe the religious, the Christian viewpoint, and God is...
The Abrahamic Christian religions.
And God is the creator, and God created Lucifer, who is, this fallen angel, Satan. If God is omnipotent, then as God should be, if God is God, right? Like, God should know everything, including the future, which means that, again, not saying I believe in this version of God, but if indeed God is omnipotent and omniscient and, created everything, then that means God created evil and God created Satan. Mm-hmm. And that therefore everything's done sort of, it's God's will.
And then there's the idea that God isn't one entity, but he's in fact a whole cohort of superpowers, and Satan was one of them who got tossed out.
Which, of course, God should have known was going to happen, right? Because God's omniscient.
Well, to us, in our,
right. So now you're getting it. And
compared to us, he is, but no, he can't be.
And I don't want to get into theology talk live, but you're getting into sort of the discussion that exists within several different denominations of Christianity of whether or not free will exists.
Right. That is ultimately an important question here, because if God is truly omniscient, then free will cannot exist.
No. So there's the difference between knowing something will happen and making something happen.
What's the difference? Because if you as God set the wheels in motion, knowing that something will happen, meaning you created the universe, you created Satan, you created humans and all that, then you knew what they were going to do because it was predictable because you created it.
Hold on. So you created a radio show, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
And you have invited people onto the show, but you did not cause Mark to one night say some words that can't be broadcast on the radio.
I don't claim to be omniscient and the creator of all things. I'm
just saying, you created a thing, but something happened.
You're comparing apples and oranges. I don't claim to be the creator of all that is, the person or the thing or entity or whatever that spun up all of this.
As I said, there are people that say that there is no such thing as free will because God knows something is going to happen, so therefore it cannot change. So therefore God is making everything happen.
Correct.
Whereas
in the same way that the person who
hold on. Let's give a different example of improv theater to where you've got some actors that all they are told is here's the scene and here's where you get to at the end.
Right.
As the director, you're just telling them, here's the end place. I don't care how you get there.
You keep trying to relate the omniscient God to humans and their choices.
Because humans understand humans.
And God would understand them even better.
So when you try to explain something that people don't understand, it's good to give examples that they do understand.
But your examples don't make sense because we're talking about a concept of omniscience.
The difference between free will existing while simultaneously not existing.
No, I'm not trying to confuse that at all. I'm explaining what some people believe.
So you're saying free will doesn't exist if there is a God.
Darryl. I am not saying that at all. I said I don't believe in a God like this.
Right.
Okay?
So I
don't believe in that.
Right. My statement was, you said if there is a God, then free will can't exist.
No, that's not what I said. I said if God is omniscient, which is the belief of many of the people in the Christian religion, as I understand it, having used to been a Christian, that's my understanding of it, okay? Are you saying that Christians don't believe that God is omniscient? Because most of them I've seen do. If you believe God is omniscient, which is, if you want to pull up the definition of that, maybe I'm getting it wrong, but I'm pretty sure the definition of omniscient is all-knowing. Am I right about that?
I think most Christians think that God is omniscient.
If God is omniscient, if God is all-knowing, then God knows what the future is, because God exists outside of time. He or she or whatever God is, by the Christian viewpoint, created all of this, which means the argument would be from that perspective that there is no free will. That's not what I believe. I believe in panentheism, that everything is God, that I'm God, but just a little piece of it, that you're God, just a little piece of God. The whole universe is God in the creation. And I believe in free will because I think we're all here creating as God, essentially. Not that we're all omniscient, not that each individual knows everything about the future or everything about anything, but that we're just a little piece of the universe sort of experiencing itself and creating itself. So does that make more sense, what my perspective is versus what a Christian's perspective is? I would love to hear a Christian argue in favor of free will and at the same time explain to me how God's omniscient. Because if you're a Christian who believes in an omniscient God, you couldn't possibly believe in free will.
And I'm telling you that there are some Christians who believe...
Are you one of them?
I don't use the term Christian.
Okay, that's who I want to hear from. If you want to keep this conversation going, let's hear from somebody who can make an argument that an omniscient God could somehow not know what the future is.
Actually, we have someone on the line who might know.
Again, I was trying to explain, and I don't know if I was talking past you, that just because you know something
you were putting
isn't
words
going
in my
to
mouth,
happen,
please go ahead.
Just because you know something is going to happen doesn't mean that you are making that thing happen.
If you're God, you're talking about a human. If you're God, you made it happen. You're
That's
effing
an interpretation.
God. Yeah. My interpretation of what I learned as a Christian, that God is omniscient.
were you
Presbyterian.
involved with?
That God is omniscient, right? If that's the claim, then he's made it all happen. Because he's the creator. He set the ball in motion. He knows all the directions the ball could go. And he created it. He caused it.
That there are some denominations, and I believe the Presbyterians are one of them, that don't believe in free will.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the Presbyterians believe. I just grew up in the church.
Free will.
I just grew up in the church. I don't even know what they believe. I became an atheist at age 13, basically, after asking too many damn questions like this.
Got you thrown out.
And not getting good. No, they didn't throw me out. I just decided I didn't want to go to church anymore, and I came out of the closet as an atheist at age 16 to my parents, and they were relatively supportive of me, thank goodness. I was a little nervous about, coming out of the closet as an atheist in that particular case. But, yeah, I mean, look. You're not arguing for them, Darryl. You're just saying there are those people who exist. Great. I'd love to have someone explain to me how it is that an omniscient thing that created everything couldn't know what was going to happen, because that means by definition they're not omniscient. Does that make sense?
It does. And again, you're confusing knowing that it's going to happen with making it happen.
I'm not confusing it. I'm telling you that's the same thing. That's not confusion. I'm quite not confused about
I'm having
that.
a hard time. I'm actually starting to lean towards Darryl on this one. If you know something is going to happen, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are responsible for making it happen.
If you're God, you are. You set the rules.
I mean, what about
you created it?
Yeah, but
we're not talking about people.
Wait. Maybe you created it.
I know the sun's going to rise
created it in the beginning,
right?
And you got that ball rolling, and now you don't have any control over it any longer.
Well, that's the deist God, the one that sort of created the thing.
The God, my God is the one who helps
set it loose. Do the deists say that the deist God is omniscient? Because I bet they don't. The toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. And we do have Gene the Christian Anarchist. I don't know what his view is on this. We'll find out coming up here in moments. This is Free Talk Live on the live Halloween edition.
What is it costing you in vet bills for that convenience of just pulling open a bag of
formulated, extruded, processed cereal bits that cost a ton of money anyways?
How do you feed your dog to derive not only energy, but a good coat, bright eyes, and a great attitude?
Come to Dynovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
I found his raw meat diet on Dynovite.com. With just the raw meat and the eggs and the Dynovite and the Super Omega on top of it.
Try Super Omega Fish Oil.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Ground beef, white rice, eggs, including the shells, and the Dynovite supplement, and then the Lico Chops.
Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free.
It just balances out his body and his mind and his spirit.
Adding Dynovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked.
Their skin is so much better now that they're on the raw diet. I don't even give them the kibble anymore.
DINOVITE.com.
The Liberty Dollar was so successful that the United States government had to take it down, and its founder, Bernard von Nothaus. Now Bernard's son Extra has launched Liberty Dollar 2. LD2 is a cryptocurrency, but each token is backed by the same gorgeous fine silver rounds that Liberty Dollar has always been known for. Your silver is secured in an audited vault and can be redeemed at any time. There's only a few thousand LD2 Zero tokens left in the crowd sale at ld2coin.io. Get yours, ld2coin.io.
The Bitcoin.com wallet is a simple and powerful full-featured wallet that allows you to send and receive Bitcoin, BTC, and Bitcoin Cash, BCH, with anyone, anywhere in the world. It supports both single and multi-signature wallets and is available in multiple languages. The Bitcoin.com wallet is available on Windows, Linux, Mac, Android, and iOS devices. Use the Bitcoin.com wallet to buy, send, store, and receive both Bitcoin, BTC, and Bitcoin Cash, BCH. Learn more at wallet.bitcoin.com. That's wallet.bitcoin.com.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene.
You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com. Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
It's Free Talk Live. Dial toll free. Bring up whatever you want. Our number here is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. We've also got the Discord on-air call-in line rooms. Just head over to discord.lrn.fm, and you can jump in any one of those. You'll sound almost like you're sitting here in the studio with us. By the way, I want you to know about the Blink home security system. You got somebody TP'd your tree or your house tonight? Well, if you've got the Blink home security system, now they do have outdoor cameras, which I have not experimented with. I will give you that. We did get the indoor, so like by default you get indoor cameras, but they do have outdoor cams. So if you go to blinkprotect.com/FTL, you can get 15% off your first three Blink cameras, and I think that applies to everything, but I haven't actually tested that either. So go to blinkprotect.com/FTL and let me know if I'm wrong about that, please. Because Blink's a great system. It'll help protect your home from whether it be some, little costumed vandal on Halloween Eve or something much more serious. You can find out about it when it's happening, because the Blink home security system will alert you to action that is happening in front of its motion detecting wireless cameras at the times you specify. So if you want it to operate at nighttime, you want it to operate while you're at work or whatever, you decide, you set it up, and it's super easy to get set up. Amazon liked it so much they bought it. So Blink now works with Alexa. There's no contracts, no subscriptions. You just make it easy. They just make it easy to install this system. It's, again, battery operated, wireless, HD quality cameras. Blink. Go to blinkprotect.com/FTL. Blinkprotect.com/FTL to get your 15% off. As we continue here, we started out sort of generically talking about Halloween and I don't know what else we did. Oh, yeah, generations of people. And then somehow I think God and Satan called into the show. And
God and Satan.
And we ended up talking about, the nature of the universe, or at the very least the nature of God, and what some people believe about God. Not necessarily what I believe about God. We were talking about the Christian God, this omnipotent, omnipresent. What was the other word? Jackie came in here
omniscient.
No, it was, right. Omnipotent and omniscient thing.
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent. That's
omnipotent.
Anyway, so apparently we got Gene the Christian anarchist on the line. Maybe he's got some opinions, because it led to the discussion of, what about free will? Because how could free will exist if a God is omnipotent and omnipresent and all that stuff? Some people believe that's the case, and I'd love to hear someone make that argument from the Christian perspective. Gene, is that you? Go ahead with your thoughts.
I'm Batman.
Are you now?
Well, I was today at the office. I wore a Batman outfit. Anyway,
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Did you
So
drive your
we
Batman
dressed
car to work?
No.
There's a guy in Keene who has a Batman car.
Yep.
That would be pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
I
gotta
but
give
we
him
always
credit.
dress up every year at the office. It's a lot of fun.
Sure.
As far as this argument about how many angels can dance on the head of a pin, the way I look at all this stuff is I will never know the answer any more than I know the answer to what's in the center of the sun. So I don't spend a lot of time thinking about them. I don't spend a lot of time trying to figure them out. I just know that whatever plane our Creator is living at, whatever existence he has, it's so far above the existence that we have that we're never going to be able to understand what that is until,
no doubt,
I
there's
believe
no doubt.
after
We
die,
can't
will
wrap
be
our
there.
minds around what God actually is, right? It's beyond our level of comprehension ultimately, but we can certainly talk about what other men have said about God and what the Christian men who wrote the Bible, or at the very least some of them who promulgate it, have said is that God is omnipotent. And it's very clearly, if you believe in free will, not the case. Or if you don't believe in free will, then okay, you can have an omnipotent God, because then, you're just acting out the role that he set for you.
And I can speculate on those things, but again, for people that haven't heard me in the past, I don't believe a lot of what's in the Bible. Even though I call myself a Christian, I believe a lot of that has been changed over the years. A lot of it has been modified by the politics of whatever historical event that was going on at
So
the
are
time.
you a Christian in that you believe in Christ as far as, like, you try to emulate him? Is that the kind of Christian that you are if you don't necessarily believe in the Bible?
I believe that Christ was the messenger and that he was the way to save the souls of all mankind. Now, I believe that includes all mankind. People say, well, does that mean Hitler is saved? Well, yeah, unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, yes, I believe that when I go to heaven, Hitler's going to be there. I don't think he's going to be Hitler anymore. I don't think he's certainly not going to be trying to kill the other people who were created by God. He's going to probably have realized, of course, he'll have realized the error of his way.
He'll be a painter again.
Yeah, maybe he'll be a painter. I don't know.
Gene, are
Maybe
you
he'll be
familiar with the Gnostic school of thought, the Gnostics?
Yes, and kind of, I believe some of this stuff too. But I really didn't call today for.
Well, you were there, and you're a Christian, so I figured you would be the best person to weigh in. But yeah, why were you calling?
Quickly, what I did call about was the nonsense about the vote coming up, and we've got our midterms, and here in, I live near Memphis, and in northern Mississippi, right south of Memphis, there's a race going on where there's two Republicans. One of them is a guy who was actually do something, and his name is McDaniels. And then there's this other Republican, supposedly Republican, who used to be a Democrat, and her name is Smith. And so Trump came to our area a few weeks back, and of course he was promoting the establishment Republican candidate, who is Smith.
Because he's totally getting rid of the swamp, right? He's draining the swamp by promoting the establishment.
So I talked to the neighbor today about it, and he says he's going to go vote for Smith. I said, why would you do that? I said, she's a Democrat. She's going to take guns away. That's going to be one of her first votes when she gets to Congress. She's going to be for all kinds of gun control. Oh, but Trump supported her at the rally. And I said, well, Trump himself is trying to take away the bump stocks and the plastic guns. And I don't see anything in the Second Amendment about saying you can't have a plastic gun. So, you try. It's funny that the propaganda has gone so deep into everybody's brain that they throw common sense out the window. And they just say, well, this is what Trump says. Well, so what? You do everything Trump says? If he says jump off a bridge, are you going to do that too?
They probably would.
Yeah, some of them would.
It's just people don't think for themselves anymore. They just go along with the flow. And that's kind of got me afraid about World War III because, now we're getting this, we're banging the war drums and wanting to take out Russia and take out China. Well, both of those countries have nuclear weapons, It's not a good idea to start a war with people that have nuclear weapons. But I don't know. It worries me a lot, and I didn't mean to get everybody down on Halloween because we're supposed to be having fun today. So back to Batman.
Thanks for the call, Gene. Appreciate hearing from you. Toll-free number tonight, 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. Also, we have the Discord on-air call-in line rooms that are open and available to you, so jump on into any one of those. And you can talk about anything you want here on Free Talk Live. I know somebody else had mentioned Halloween. There's somebody on hold who wants to talk about Halloween costumes. It's sort of a tradition that we run down the list of the most popular Halloween costumes, so we should do that at some point tonight, too. But we also got Ross Ulbricht still. Yes. Free Talk Live.
You've been hearing Dr. Wallach talking about 90 essential nutrients, keeping the body healthy. GCNteam.com now has Beyond Tangy Tangerine tablets, 60 plant-derived minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, packed in a powerful tablet. But that's not it. 160,000 auric points, a knockout punch to free radicals. Call 877-878-4203 or go to GCNteam.com. That's 877-878-4203.
Hear that? That's the sound of a house being trashed while a gang of thieves ransack the place. And what they don't steal will be destroyed.
This year, resolve not to be the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone inside is watching TV, even when you're miles away. Security is a mindset, and Fake TV should be part of your security solution. Be vigilant, but not fearful. faketv.com.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
Are you a cryptocurrency advocate? The Crypto Tip is the ideal outreach tool to help new people discover cryptocurrency. It's a printable business card-sized tip that you can give to service providers, preferably in addition to a good cash tip. When the server scans the QR code, it'll bring up an explanation of cryptocurrency, how to install a wallet, and allow them to claim the tip. If they don't claim the crypto, you get your tip refunded to you after a time period you specify. Plus, if they do claim the tip, you get an email alert. Create as many tips as you want at cryptotip.org. That's cryptotip.org. If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com. You can get emailed announcements and participate in contests via our email updates list. Plus, we have a Twitter account that you can follow and a Facebook page where you can become a fan. So visit news.freetalklive.com to get news about Free Talk Live as soon as it's announced and the way you want it delivered at news.freetalklive.com. That's news.freetalklive.com.
We have some good news. The indictments against Ross Ulbricht in the District of Maryland were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can never be refiled. This is especially good because those indictments contain the only charge ever made that Ross engaged in murder for hire. This was a serious allegation that Ross Ulbricht denies. It was never prosecuted or ruled on by a jury, but was trumpeted by the federal government and the media as if it were proven fact. The Maryland court held these indictments for almost 5 years, poisoning Ross's case and leaving him under a cloud of unproven allegations. As explained in Ross's appeal to the Supreme Court, the fact that the judge used these allegations to give Ross a draconian sentence of double life without parole violated his Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial. Judges are required to issue sentences based on convictions decided by a jury, not unproven allegations never even charged at trial. Although this is a positive development, the dropped indictment will not set Ross free. Now, a presidential pardon is Ross's only hope of freedom. Sign the petition at freeross.org. freeross.org.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Talk Live. Dial on in here. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE. 855-450-3733. We've also got the Discord on-air call-in line rooms. Just head over to discord.lrn.fm, and you can easily get interactive with us here on Free Talk Live. On this live Halloween edition of the show, we got Ross Ulbricht. A letter from him is coming up, so we're going to get to that coming up here in moments. Of course, your calls and thoughts are welcome, and you can take control of the airwaves here. Again, toll-free number 855-450-FREE. Plus, I do want to let you know about Liberty Dollar 2. That's right. It's back after a decade, basically, since the Liberty Dollar was raided by the government. The original one, the one that was beautiful silver-backed alternative currency, actual silver pieces that had existed for almost a decade and was the most popular alternative currency to the U.S. dollar in the United States. The government targeted it. They targeted Bernard von Nothaus, the founder, and ultimately they ended up having to give everybody silver back, thank goodness. After confiscating and stealing it, they did give it back, and now Liberty Dollar 2 has been created by Bernard's son, Extra von Nothaus, and it is a cryptocurrency token that is backed by a gorgeous 0.999 fine silver round, just like the original Liberty Dollar was famous for. And so I'm really looking forward to getting this thing out there in the wild. Right now, they have a limited edition, LD20 is what they're calling it, token. And eventually the unlimited edition of the Liberty Dollar will come out. But right now they got 10,000 of these tokens. They're selling them in a pre-sale. They've sold through over 6,000 of them, as I understand it. And so there's only a few thousand left. 10 of those tokens could be yours if you enter this contest and win it. Here's how you enter. And by the way, it's a $350 value, so they're retailing these in the pre-sale for $35 a piece. So you get 10 of them. If you win by entering, go to this email address. It's contest@freetalklive.com. That's contest@freetalklive.com. Put LD2 in the subject line. Include a number between 1 and 1,000. So this is how you enter. Contest@freetalklive.com. Put LD2 in the subject line. Include a number between 1 and 1,000. At some point, a winner will be chosen based on whichever random number was chosen between 1 and 1,000.
Monday.
You could, it's November 5th. You could possibly get a tie, in which case the prize will be split, and Liberty Dollar 2 will help you set up your wallet so you can receive your prize. Find out more at ld2coin.io and get involved in that pre-sale. Obviously, not everybody's going to win this, so if you're interested in an actual silver-backed cryptocurrency token, check it out.
3,900 remain.
How many? 3,900?
Yes.
ld2coin.io as we continue.
And that's the
here.
number 2.
That's correct. Thanks for that. As we continue, we'll take your calls and thoughts about what you want. Let's go to the phones. We got Lloyd. He's in Detroit. You're on Free Talk Live with Ian, Conan, and Darryl.
Yo. What up? It's Lloyd in Detroit. Yeah. So, I smoked a pretty fat lid before this, but I want to try to stay coherent.
You've smoked an entire lid of marijuana?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that type of measurement.
So a lid is, I believe, it's like 60s, 70s slang for cannabis, and I believe it meant that it was approximately an ounce. Basically, whatever would fit on the top of a coffee can lid, I think, is where it came from. That's a
you got
lot.
Yeah, you got these big hemp papers around here, and you could you could grind up an O and roll it all up into a joint. It's awesome.
That does sound pretty
Urban
awesome.
Dictionary says it's approximately an ounce of cannabis.
Yeah, so I was correct about that. Thank you for that, checking that. Anyway, Lloyd, what about it? What's going on?
Yeah, it's awesome because it's actually ironic because Satan called in earlier, but and you guys are all wearing your Halloween costumes. But I was thinking about Laura Rumpler and how great she'd look in a slutty Satan outfit with no panties on. Oh, would I love to stick my face in that butt? Oh,
all right. Thanks for the call tonight. Toll-free number here, 855-450-FREE.
What is she doing these days?
I have no idea.
She's in Vermont.
She's a former co-host on Free Talk Live. She was on for not the longest period of time, maybe like a year or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe not even
sounds
quite a
about
year.
right.
She's in Vermont? Was she gone to the left?
Apparently that's where her boyfriend lives there, and there was one night Mark Edge was on. Somebody called, asked about her, and Mark sent her a message.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know about you. Call in.
Mm-hmm.
And and she called and said she was living in Vermont.
I think
she's
in the, according to the chat, I think she's in the same town as my daughter.
She's no longer going by Objectivist Girl, which she hasn't been for quite a while.
So what is she now?
Just Lauren Ruppler.
Oh, okay. All right, we can continue here with your calls and thoughts. We've got Carlos in New Mexico. You're on Free Talk Live. Hello, Carlos.
Hey, it's Carlos. How are you?
Good. You're on the air.
Hey, so I just wanted to call in about like the whole Jesus debate, the God debate, the religion, all that.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think Jesus was just a doom coon who got nailed to a cross by a bunch of Jews.
All right, that sounds really boring, and I'm just going to go ahead and dump your call just because you suck. The toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. We can continue here. You can bring up anything that you want. And I apologize to the internet listeners because I didn't dump him out of there, but I did dump you off the radio, buddy. So pretty much nobody heard that. Anyway, going on here, Ian, Conan, and Darryl in the studio.
You did ask about the top Halloween costumes.
I asked about that, yes.
Yes. I've got that pulled up if you're interested.
We can get to it here, but we do have some other calls that we can get to first, including Sarah in New Mexico. Sarah, you're on Free Talk Live.
Are you dressed up for Halloween this year, Sarah?
Hello? Sarah?
Sarah.
She's probably just like me, didn't even realize it was Halloween until the kids started knocking on your door.
Sarah going once. Sarah going twice. Well, we know the phones were working. I
didn't hear anything in the background.
Somebody else on there. Well, anyway, we'll try that back. Maybe we should go to the Halloween costumes here, Darryl. Why don't you start? Is this 2018, you said?
2018.
Is this from the National Retail Federation?
No,
whatever?
this is CBS New York.
And how do they compile this and it hasn't even been Halloween until just now?
I'm glad you asked. What they did is they got a list compiled by Google's Frightgeist.
What is a Frightgeist?
I don't know. They don't link over to whatever it is.
Is it Google AI? AI because they know everything?
Probably.
So they're probably going... Okay, so we actually had this, I think, comparison last year. I didn't know what it was called, but last year we talked about the most Googled costumes and the most purchased, right? So there's the National Retail Federation that gives you the actual numbers of what people are actually buying versus what people are maybe searching for on Google, which may or may not be what they actually ended up buying.
Right.
So anyway, we'll try to figure out what this Frightgeist thing is as well. But yeah, go ahead with the numbers.
Number one pick, according to this list for 2018.
Sexy pirate.
Fortnite characters.
Ooh.
Number one. Wait, you started at number one? You took away all the suspense. Did you just do number one? You took away all the suspense, Darryl. Haven't you ever done a top 10 list before? Is this your first time hosting a radio show?
I have, but I'm reading the article.
Okay,
and they have a paragraph written.
Come on.
And I just read. So let me go start from number 10.
All right. So at least we'll have some suspense for what number 2 was.
Wait, does it talk about... It just says what it is. It doesn't talk about...
Fortnite's a video game.
Yeah, but there's
very popular.
40 different characters, right?
Well, so anyone who's a character from Fortnite is in that category.
Right.
Correct.
So that's a big category. And aren't we talking about like armor and stuff?
But they're all like generic looking, right? Like the Fortnite characters. I mean, they're just
I have no clue. I wouldn't know a Fortnite character if they came in and bit me on my butt. Although that would be a very strange thing for somebody to do. And then I'd probably be like, oh, right. You're the Fortnite character because I said about Fortnite characters.
They don't bite Darryl.
Yeah, so let's start at
stab with their knives.
Number 10.
Okay,
Princess.
Hold on. Before we start on this countdown here, at number 10, according to Google's, what was it?
Frightgeist. As reported by CBS New York.
I have just pulled up the National Retail Federation top Halloween costumes. This is actually based on spending.
Okay.
So go ahead. What was it? Number 10?
Number 10, Princess.
What kind of princess? Like Disney?
Just any princess.
All right, so I have 3 categories.
Very broad.
I have a top 10, but 3 different categories. So there's top 10 for children, top 10 for adults, top 10 for pets. Number 10, Frozen. So Elsa, the girl from Frozen.
She was a princess of sorts.
Right. Clown. So children was Frozen, adults Clown, pets Ghost.
All right.
Number 10. So we'll continue here with the top 10 Halloween costumes here in moments. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. You can take control of the airwaves here on Free Talk Live.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Everything we tried failed except the Dynovite.
Pick up 2 bottles of Super Mega Fish Oil.
Get the 3rd bottle free. Packed with omega-3, DHA, and EPA fatty acids.
Super Mega is great for your dog's immune system, healthy skin, and soft, shiny fur.
Dogs love it. Try Super Omega Fish Oil.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dinovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Your property and your family are precious. Protect them with Blink. Blink motion-activated HD cameras are wire-free, set up fast, and their batteries last up to 2 years. And Blink's live feed option lets you monitor what's happening in your home anytime, anywhere. No contracts, no subscriptions, and Blink works with Alexa. You can get 3 Blink cameras for way less than the other guys, plus an extra 15% off. Visit blinkprotect.com/FTL. blinkprotect.com/FTL. Blink is an Amazon company.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Most of you know that heart disease is the #1 silent killer in the U.S. What if I told you for just $54.95 a month you could fight against heart disease naturally? At Heart and Body Extract, we've been helping thousands of people get back to a healthier heart. Don't just take my word for it. Check out all of the success stories at hbextract.com, or to order, call 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. hbextract.com. Don't risk it when you can take charge of it.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
Are you tired of your taxes funding endless occupations around the world? Antiwar.com is run by people who understand that wars abroad become wars at home, wars on our freedoms. Antiwar.com is dedicated to bringing you the latest in news, views, interviews, and reviews from the top movers and shakers in the anti-occupation movement. Antiwar.com has it all, from thorough foreign policy analysis to interviews with whistleblowers who used to run the military-industrial complex. Anti-war, pro-free market. That's antiwar.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
It is Free Talk Live. You're invited to join us here. Our toll-free number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. Also, we've got the Discord on-air call-in line rooms. They are open and available to you on our Discord server, which you can access over at discord.lrn.fm. So feel free to do that. Once again, that's discord.lrn.fm. With you tonight, it's Ian.
And Conan.
And Darryl.
Still to come, Darryl, you've got a letter from Ross Ulbricht from prison.
I do.
And it's about Bitcoin celebrating its 10th anniversary today. A whole decade of Bitcoin since the white paper was released. The actual program, yes, I guess, was released. The code of it was released in January.
Yeah, January
2009.
3rd, I believe.
So we still have a few more months for that. But this, I think, is probably the most relevant of the anniversaries with Bitcoin, because this was the
would
first
be the
time
birthday.
this was the time it was sort of the concept
was loosed on the world. And it has changed finance ever since, and has changed a lot of people's lives in a really positive manner. We'll get into that coming up here in moments with Ross Ulbricht's thoughts on the matter. But we've been discussing all manner of things, everything from the Halloween, the generations, to to Satan and God actually apparently called in here tonight. That led us to a theological discussion and ended up on the top Halloween costumes. We're going to continue that. We were at number 10. Darryl, you spoiled what number 1 was, but if you're just tuning in, then you don't know what number 1 was from the Google Frightgeist. And we still need to look that up and see exactly what that is. But first, let's go to your calls and thoughts here. Patrick is in Arizona listening to K-Talks. Hello, Patrick. Patrick in Arizona? Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
we got you. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hey, I just wanted to say happy Halloween. It's been a while since I called in, and
Thank you.
I just hope everything's been going well. Hey, you had opened up a real good question, and that's something I was very questionable. I went to Catholic schools and everything, and I'd always get in trouble for asking questions too.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept my faith, and not Catholic, but just believing in something to keep me going. But I believe God gives you choices. I think he knows what the outcome of each choice is going to be, but
Then that's not really a choice, is it?
As long as he doesn't tell us what the results are, it is kind of our
but
choice.
if God knows what the outcome's going to be,
but he's in a whole nother realm. None of that matters to us, because as long as we don't understand, as long as we are not.
But it's
at
not
his
a
level,
choice. If you feel like you're making a choice, that's what you're saying, is you feel like you're making a choice. But the reality is, if God knows what the outcome is, you're not choosing.
No, that's all
you're
that matters.
You're following a predetermined
No, that's
path.
all that matters. We are not on his level. We can't understand it, so we might be making free choice. He might know the outcome, but he's on a whole other level than us.
Yeah, he might know what possibly.
Well, I'm sorry.
God, computers can assimilate things.
If you want to argue that the deist God, the set it and forget it God, gives people free will, fine. Then have that viewpoint. If you're a Christian, however, and you claim that God is omniscient and omnipotent, then you don't have free will, because he's already set you on a predetermined program. You can't choose anything else besides what he's letting you choose, or what he's predetermined you to choose.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
I mean, it's nothing, everything, okay? Every time you seem to fight the wrong choice, it always seems to back up on you. And sometimes if you just ask, or you just feel that, hey, what am I going to do for goodness? It seems to work out. And, you guys know what I do, and there's a lot of questions that go through your head. Yeah, there's a lot of questions that go through your head when you're doing something. And, it's like you were saying a long time ago. I mean, you guys have won me over in a lot of ways, and I'll tell you, my lieutenant hates me for that. But the fact is that, trying to make the right choice sometimes, you have to go with what would be the best outcome.
Well, I mean, I think that when it comes to making choices, I agree with you that if you choose good things are going to happen. If you choose bad things will likely happen. Because I do believe in choice, and I do believe in free will. And I think that that's, all part of what God is all about. It's about continually creating something new. And essentially the universe experiencing itself through us, that we're little bits of God. But that's just my belief system. I'm not trying to convince anybody that that's right or wrong, and I'm not trying to say that Christians are right or wrong. I'm just trying to understand what they're saying. I think many Christians don't even understand their own belief system and the contradictions within it.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% because you go out and you hear people that are so over the top on it, and yet you see them making constant wrong decisions that are causing harm, and you wonder where is their faith, where's their ability to do it, but yet they say they're following the word of something that was written, many years ago. And if you just listen to the moral side of it, yes, there's goodness involved in it, but it's something that that is a good question for Halloween. I appreciate you guys bringing that up, I wish you guys and your family a very safe and happy Halloween.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate the call tonight.
And
Thanks,
by the
Patrick.
way, that's my experience in the church.
What do you mean?
The level of hypocrisy. There's just so many people going to church, multiple times a week, and then finding out that they're having an affair, or they beat their kids, or just any number of things. And then they're there on Sunday, singing the praise and saying hallelujah and the whole nine. It's like, man, you're damn hypocrite.
Hypocrites. One of the funniest onions, I think. We have these 60-second long onion clips from The Onion, which is a satirical, was a print newspaper. They don't print anymore, but they're still online. They're still very funny. Is that all 7 sins were observed happening at the church bake sale?
Yes.
And then they spend a minute identifying the 7 sins.
The pride, the gluttony.
Yeah, all of it. Giving examples of how that's being it's happening in the church bake sale. All right, so let's continue here. Your calls and thoughts are welcome as we go to Dario on the line in I don't know where. You're on Free Talk Live. Go ahead.
Hey guys, thanks for having my call. First time caller. I just want to say I've been born again, and I'm born again Christian. I just want to say it's the greatest decision I ever made in my life.
Now, why is that?
The reason why I said that is because what brought me to faith, believe it or not, is finding out the flat Earth. I don't want to say flat Earth. I want to say it's a stationary plane. Me as a guy, I'm always open-minded to listening to anything. I'm always open-minded.
What is it about this flat Earth?
I'm telling you, it's deep. It's very deep. I know the word.
No, by definition, it's not deep, right? If it's flat.
The definition is not deep at all. I just want to say it's a stationary plane.
Okay, now, I don't really want to talk about your details on flat Earth, but I do want to know, and if our board op can turn him down just a little bit, he's distorting over there. But Dario, why is it this flat Earth conspiracy theory brought you to God? What's the connection there?
Or was it vice versa?
You have to understand that before you even go into that, look at NASA. The government is funding NASA over $30 billion a year, and you go on YouTube and you have to question what they doing with all that money. And I know you heard of them not going.
Well, they're government, so they're probably wasting it and spending way too much on things. That's what government does. That's what all governments do.
I'm actually more concerned with the military spending over NASA.
That's what I was going to mention. The military winds up getting a budget of about 25 times what NASA does.
Yep. Right. And you got to understand that. I know you guys heard of going to. They've been to the moon or they never been to the moon, and
I've heard those claims.
I started questioning all these things, and YouTube is a blessing. I just want to say YouTube is a blessing because it gives people the opportunity to investigate.
Well, at the very least, YouTube, gives people the opportunity to put forward whatever cockamamie ideas that they want to.
That doesn't mean you believe it. That doesn't mean you believe everything you say.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe the moon landing thing. I don't. No, let me be clear. I don't believe the conspiracy theory around the moon landing. I suspect the moon landing actually did happen. But the idea that the Earth is flat, I find absolutely ridiculous. There are so many professionals in this world who, since you brought it up, I'm going to address it. There are so many professionals in this world who work in space, not literally in space, but in the field of things that happen in space, like satellites, launching satellites, for instance. In fact, our Thursday night co-host, and Dario, thanks for the call tonight, appreciate it. Our Thursday night co-host, Chris Reitman, who will probably be on tomorrow,
should be.
He was a professional satellite technician. These people launch and track and do things with satellites for their job. In order to launch a satellite, you have to calculate how to launch it properly so it can get into geostationary orbit and all that. And that means the world is not flat. There's more coming up.
Marijuana has unleashed a green gold rush across our nation. It's creating $10.8 billion in new wealth a year. And every day, it's transforming more and more Americans into millionaires. In an historic event, former Speaker of the House John Boehner reveals how you could become one of them. Join him online for the American Cannabis Summit. Attendance is 100% free, but space is limited. To secure your spot, text JOIN to 44055. This event is the first of its kind ever. John Boehner and an esteemed panel will reveal which cannabis stocks are primed to deliver life-changing windfalls in the weeks and months ahead. Plus, they will show you how to become a cannabis angel investor, backing the hottest startups before they potentially become worth billions of dollars. To join American Cannabis Summit, text JOIN to 44055. Attendance is free. Text JOIN to 44055.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
So you've heard all 3 hours of the latest episode of Free Talk Live, and you're still hungry for liberty-oriented audio content? Did you know that we have another 24/7 audio stream at LRN.FM? The Liberty Radio Network airs the latest episodes of some of the best liberty-oriented podcasts on the internet around the clock. In addition to recorded content, you'll also hear live shows like Free Talk Live, originating from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. So listen anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 3 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, October 31st, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.32 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,218 per ounce. Zen is trading at $13, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,310. Antiwar.com reports the Saudi-led invasion of the vital Yemen aid port of Hodeidah has been slow going, and that's fueled a lot of complaints from aid groups about the disastrous consequences of them taking the city. This has the coalition planning a major escalation. Officials are now saying more than 10,000 additional troops will be sent to Hodeidah, both trying to shore up parts of the province already captured and starting a new offensive against the city itself within days. This new force is going to be heavily built around the Sudanese military, which has just recently dispatched thousands of troops to join the war. Sudan was part of the Saudi-led coalition from the start, but this is their first major involvement in the ground war in Yemen. Hodeidah is the only aid port under control of the Houthi movement, which controls about half of the country. The port is the lone source of food imports for more than 70% of the country, and the fall of this city is expected by many to turn the country's chronic malnutrition into a famine impacting millions. Zencash has changed their name to Horizon to better represent their transition from a cryptocurrency to a pioneering platform that protects consumer data. They're working towards the day when anyone will be able to build privacy-based applications on the Horizon platform and generate income from them. This will allow Horizon to bring thousands of real-life services to the community, services that provide freedom, utility, and privacy. Learn more at horizon.global and join the Horizon community, HORIZEN.global. Reuters reports with congressional elections a week away, President Donald Trump on Tuesday said he will seek to scrap the right of citizenship for U.S.-born children to non-citizens and undocumented immigrants as he tries to dramatically reshape immigration policy. Reviving his support for a legally questionable theory, Trump told the Axios News website he would issue an executive order on so-called birthright citizenship, an issue that has long wrangled some conservative Republicans. Trump's previous calls to end the practice have resonated with his political base, but moderate Republicans Republicans and some legal experts say Trump is running afoul of the U.S. Constitution. Under the Constitution's 14th Amendment, enacted in the wake of the Civil War to ensure that black Americans previously subject to slavery had full citizenship rights, citizenship is granted to all persons born or naturalized in the United States. It's been routinely interpreted over the years to confer citizenship to any person born in the United States whose parents are undocumented immigrants. Trump, who has made rhetoric against such immigrants a central plank of his presidency, originally spoke out against birthright citizenship when he first started running for president in 2015. One Republican member of Congress, frequent Trump ally Senator Lindsey Graham, said he would move to introduce legislation along the same lines as Trump's order. Neither Graham nor Trump gave any details about the latest plan. The White House did not respond to a request for comment. Other Republicans were critical. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Paul Ryan said Trump could not scrap the right with the stroke of a pen. Ryan, the top Republican in Congress, said in an interview, "You cannot end birthright citizenship with an executive order." In the run-up to the November 6 congressional elections, Trump has seized on a caravan of migrants from Central America who are trekking through Mexico towards the United States, calling the migrants a threat. On Monday, the United States government said it was sending over 5,200 troops to help secure the border with Mexico. Bill Kristol, editor-at-large of the conservative Weekly Standard and a Trump critic, said on Twitter, "The shrinking caravan of refugees is not a threat to the country or the constitutional order. A president who tries to end birthright citizenship by executive order is." Ilya Shapiro, a lawyer with the Cato Institute, said that although there is a debate in academic circles among conservatives on whether Congress could legislate on the issue without running afoul of the 14th Amendment, it's not something that can be done by executive action alone. At least since 2005, Republicans in the U.S. Congress have regularly offered legislation ending birthright citizenship for children born in the United States if their parents were in the United States illegally. But the legislation has never advanced, even when the House of Representatives and the Senate were under Republican control. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
This is the Onion Week in Review. A report released this week by the Brookings Institution found that the U.S. currently has enough chairs and that there is no urgent need to produce any new ones for the time being. Researchers confirmed through overwhelming evidence that there is absolutely no shortage of chairs, citing in their findings the sheer number of armchairs, folding chairs, bar stools, Adirondack chairs, swivel chairs, lazy boys, and rocking chairs already in existence.
Our research shows that even in a place where there seems not to be enough chairs, a quick investigation will find 1 or 2 chairs just over in the next room. Basically, as far as chairs go, I'd like to reiterate that we have a very good number of them and could just use those.
And in this week's local news, the guy in front of you is ordering for an entire construction crew. In other news, a local police department reduces costs by using the same evidence for every investigation. Voters are clamoring to hear if a female political candidate is a mother first, and a whitewater rafting trip in which a friend drowned is still pretty fun.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
It's Free Talk Live. We're launching into the third hour of the program here. It's been a busy night on the phones this evening.
It's been a busy night in the chat room.
Yes, it has. There's some ways,
something about this evening. What is it? Oh, it's Halloween.
It is Halloween.
Crazy, nasty trolls have come out in droves.
Yeah, that's true. We've had to ban a couple people. I don't enjoy doing that, by the way. I don't enjoy banning people. But if you come into our chat room and post things that are not safe for work in a channel that is not a not safe for work channel, because our general chat channels are not safe for work. They are safe for work. We have 2 channels on the server that are not safe for work. You want to go and post some nasty stuff? That's what not safe for work channels are for.
Yep.
Hello, basic internet. Let me explain that to you. All right, with you tonight in the studio, it's Ian
and Conan
and Darryl.
So yeah, I don't envy having to teach people Internet 101, and I don't enjoy teaching it with a ban hammer either. But ultimately, why do I even want to bother kicking somebody out temporarily who's going to come in there, obviously with the intention of disgusting and just sickening people.
Right.
I don't even want to say what those posts were. As we continue here, you can bring up anything that you want. Talking about the Discord chat. Normally, it's a pretty safe, friendly place to be, and lots of fun conversations there. And apparently, we didn't have enough moderators because I didn't know about it until it was like already several minutes into it. So, if you're a Free Talk Live amplifier and you're interested in some responsibilities on the server, well, you can check the AMP forum or the AMP group there, the AMP chat room, and there's more information there for you. All right. So we've got the top 10 costumes.
And I did find out what Frightgeist was.
This is Google's Frightgeist.
Yeah. So they actually have an about on their thing, which
like
is
Zeitgeist, the spirit of the times, but
I thought more Poltergeist.
Okay, that could be that too.
Frightgeist.withgoogle.com. And then they have a little I button, the letter I inside the circle where you click on for information. And it says every year trillions of searches take place on Google, and Google Trends gives us an unparalleled look at what the world is searching. With Frightgeist, we went on a hunt to find the most popular Halloween costumes for 2018. Pulling from the top 500 costume searches in the United States, Frightgeist used Google Trends to tell people what costumes were trending around them and nationally.
Okay.
So you can search
The
near
region.
me
Yeah.
or nationally. And the info that I have is national.
Interesting.
But I also did pull up the state-by-state list of the top 5.
Okay.
And I will say that Alaska has a completely different number 1 than any other state.
Well, we're not going to go down to all the states. So
Right.
what's their number 1?
Their number 1 is mermaid.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's not that does not appear to be in the top 5 of other states.
And this is just by searches.
Is there
This
any
not actual
Correct.
purchases?
Are there any lumberjacks on the top 10 in Alaska?
They only show the top 5 by state, and no, lumberjack is not on there.
Mermaid does not appear in the National Retail Foundation's top Halloween costumes for 2018 either on any category, children, adult, or pets.
Yeah, and this also is not top 10 nationally either, according to Frightgeist.
Mermaid is top 15 of the national list.
So, again, number 10 on this list is Princess.
Right. And then on the top Halloween costumes by the National Retail Foundation, children, number 10 is Frozen. Adults, it's Clown. Pets, Ghost.
Clown is number 11 on the Frightgeist.
Oh, so it goes beyond 10.
I actually pulled up the Frightgeist site that does go well beyond.
I see.
They have the top 50 on the first page.
All right. Let's go on to number 9.
Rabbits.
Number 9 for children, according to the Retail Foundation, is Pirate. Adults, it's Superhero. And pets, Superhero. Now, there are some specific superheroes that we'll get into coming up here in a moment.
So, Pirate, number 8. Superhero, number 7.
These are very, very close.
Okay, so now we're doing 8 and 7. So 8.
Well, I only mentioned those because you had mentioned those two things were number 9 on your list.
Well, okay. But we don't want to spoil it necessarily too high up. So,
correct.
So Ghost is number 8 for children. Ghost also number 8 for adults. And Star Wars character number 8 for dogs.
And Ghost was number 10 for dogs.
Oh, they have a dogs list for Google?
No, you read off.
Oh, yeah.
Ghost,
thank you for
number
remembering
10
that.
for
You're right
dogs.
about that. Okay. Number 7 for children. Avengers character excluding Spider-Man. Adults. Number 7 is Star Wars character, and for pets, it's Lion.
What do you have for number 6 on your list?
Well, you were going first. What's your number 6?
Give me yours.
All right, fine. Number 6 for children, Spider-Man. Adults, it's Batman, and pets, it's, strangely, dog.
I guess a dog going as a different breed of dog might be interesting. Number 6 on Frightgeist, Harley Quinn, which kind of ties in with your Batman there on one of your lists.
Yeah, she's not on this list at all. I guess she would fall under superhero generically.
She would actually be a villain.
Oh, she's a villain,
I
that's
believe.
right, you're right.
Number 5, Witches.
Number 5 here, also Witch for children. Avengers character excluding Spider-Man for adults. And cat for pets.
Number 4 on Frightgeist is Dinosaur.
Number 4, Star Wars character for children, pirate for adults, and devil for pets.
Number 3, we have unicorn.
Devil, by the way, does not appear in adult or children costumes.
And let me take a look at Frightgeist and see if devil appears in their top 50 while you...
It's got to be. A devil costume's got to be in top 50.
It's number 32.
Yeah.
All right.
Frightgeist.
What number were we on, 3?
And by the way...
number 3 is unicorn from Frightgeist.
Okay.
What were you saying, Conan?
Well, I mean, Ian had mentioned Star Wars characters a couple of times for pets and for, I think, adults.
Yes.
Correct.
It's not even on this list until 41 on Frightgeist.
Interesting.
So
there's a big 34, by the way.
So this is just trending. This is Google Trends.
This is based on searches.
Right.
Yes.
So not Google Shopping, just searches.
Correct.
So no one is interested this year, 2018, in Star Wars.
They're not searching for it, but they're buying the costumes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's number 4 with children.
So it's almost like they don't need to search. They're just going right to the store and
they know where to get it.
They know what to get.
Yeah. Number 3 on the list for children is Batman Zombie for adults, which makes sense, right? The Walking Dead, of course. The zombies are sort of making this big comeback over the last decade. And then for pets, it's Bumblebee. So apparently a lot of people dress their pets up as other animals.
Batman number 20 on the Frightgeist list.
All right.
Number 2, and I'm glad that a lot of your lists said superhero excluding Spider-Man.
It was Avengers character excluding Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is number 2 on the Frightgeist list.
All right. And now it's interesting that they're excluding Spider-Man because he doesn't appear anywhere on the top Halloween costume, so I don't know why.
Wasn't he one of the pets or something?
No Spider-Man. Not even a spider costume.
Spider-Pig?
No one likes Spider-Man.
Number 2.
Mary Jane does.
Maybe he was like number 11.
No one likes Mary Jane either.
Number 2 for children is superhero. Number 2 for adults is vampire. And number 2 for pets is hot dog.
I have seen the hot dog costumes for dogs, and I would say that they're kind of cute.
All right. Jazzy had a costume this year. She was Renee, my ex-girlfriend, bought Jazzy a sunflower costume.
Okay.
And she looked pretty adorable.
Where's Vampire on this Frightgeist list? Is it on the Frightgeist list?
It's got to be.
I was trying to do some search thing.
Vampire
here.
is number 24.
24.
And number 1 from Frightgeist, Fortnite characters.
Fortnite characters, which makes sense. This Fortnite thing is huge. I mean, it's become a video game phenomenon over the last, I don't know, what, year?
It's the new
I'd say
Halo.
6 months.
It's the new Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, or whatever. It's just...
Well, it's not exactly those things.
Oh,
because,
no, it's not. I'm not saying it is that those games. You're
saying
the new
it's
rage.
as big as
it's
those
the new
things?
rage.
Okay.
Apparently, it came out July last year.
Number 1, yeah, but I don't think it blew up right at that time. Because it was actually originally not what blew up. It was originally like a zombie game, and then they created a new game mode for it, and then it blew up. Anyway, number 1 for children, Princess. For adults, it's Witch. And for pets, it's Pumpkin. You can share your thoughts, bring up what you want. And also, we still got Ross Ulbricht's letter coming up. It's Free Talk Live. Are you a cryptocurrency advocate? The Crypto Tip is the ideal outreach tool to help new people discover cryptocurrency. It's a printable business card-sized tip that you can give to service providers, preferably in addition to a good cash tip. When the server scans the QR code, it'll bring up an explanation of cryptocurrency, how to install a wallet, and allow them to claim the tip. If they don't claim the crypto, you get your tip refunded to you after a time period you specify. Plus, if they do claim the tip, you get an email alert. Create as many tips as you want at cryptotip.org. That's cryptotip.org. The Liberty Dollar was so successful that the United States government had to take it down, and its founder, Bernard von Nothaus. Now Bernard's son Extra has launched Liberty Dollar 2. LD2 is a cryptocurrency, but each token is backed by the same gorgeous fine silver rounds that Liberty Dollar has always been known for. Your silver is secured in an audited vault and can be redeemed at any time. There's only a few thousand LD2 Zero tokens left in the crowd sale at ld2coin.io. Get yours, ld2coin.io.
Do you operate a retail business and are looking for a solution for point-of-sale cryptocurrency acceptance? It's never been easier thanks to AnyPay.Global. There's no paperwork or approval process to open an account. If you already have a tablet at your cash register, you're almost done. Just sign up at AnyPay.Global. Drop your personal crypto wallet addresses in our setup page, and then load our app. That's it. You're accepting cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Dash at your store. Get started now at anypay.global. That's anypay.global.
Bitcoin.com wants you to know about SaveItPurse.com. Since launching in 2014, over 200,000 users have saved an average of 15% for a combined $4 million using Bitcoin, or BTC. And now you can use Bitcoin Cash, BCH, to fund your account. You can save between 5 to 33% on things you're going to buy anyway when you shop using SaveItPurse.com. Add items to your cart, fund your account, select your discount, and save. SaveItPurse.com. Save ATPurse.com.
Officials for the Centers for Disease Contraction and Preservation held a press conference urging all Americans to suck on as many doorknobs as possible.
This flu season, the Center for Disease Contraction is recommending that all Americans, regardless of age or health condition, find a doorknob in a high-traffic area, wrap their mouths around it, and vigorously lick and suck it until they contract an illness. We recommend sucking doorknobs covered in a visible film of human hand grease. But the fact is, sucking on any doorknob can increase the likelihood of exposing yourself and your family to deadly pathogens by as much as 450%.
An instructional video released on the CDC's website showcases the proper method for sucking doorknobs while also providing tips for projecting all sneezes and coughs outward, sharing used Kleenexes and toilet paper with as many people as possible, eating 3 meals a day from local garbage cans, and dozens of other easy bacteria-spreading activities.
This is the Onion News Network.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Nestle Pure Life Water, helping you drink better and live better by providing a zero-calorie alternative to sugary drinks. Visit us at nestle-purelife.us. When kids are playing, they often don't want to stop to keep hydrated, so send them out with a bottle of water and encourage them to take frequent drink breaks, or call them inside for a quick sip. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
Hey, it's Free Talk Live. Happy Halloween to you. We're here live, as we are every single night, even on holidays. And this is a decent holiday. I like the Halloween holiday. It's fun, gives people something to do. And, it's not government created. There's a bunch of those stupid government holidays I want nothing to do with. With you in the studio tonight, it's Ian.
And Conan.
And Darryl.
Conan's got his mouth full of Tootsie Rolls.
Knockoff Tootsie Roll.
Those things are big.
Those are knockoffs? You're talking about the fruit-flavored ones?
The brand here is, it is Tootsie.
Yeah, these are like the sort of the lesser Tootsie products, basically. Nobody really
So it's not the chocolate.
Right.
Flavored.
Everybody knows the chocolate flavor, but these are sort of the ones you only see very rarely. But I'm not saying they're bad. They're just not.
This thing is like lid size.
Lid size? Like the size of a coffee can lid?
Yeah.
All right, so we got your calls and thoughts. You can bring up what you want. We just went through the top Halloween costumes for 2018. It's kind of a tradition here.
Surprisingly, or rather not surprisingly, not on the list, Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah, well, not that many people are into Bitcoin.
Or Penguin.
There was a really good Satoshi Nakamoto costume at Halloween one year.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yes, I do.
That's pretty good. All right, so we can continue here. You can bring up anything that you want. Let's go to Otis. He's on the line in New York on our Discord on-air call-in line room. Go ahead, Otis.
Guys, what's going on? Great to see you tonight.
Happy,
obviously.
You're loud, dude, but back off your microphone like an inch. You're way too loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Not really. Back off more.
Hold on. Let me just adjust the setting.
All right, yeah, appreciate that.
By the way, I did notice
I'm turning him down and he's loud.
And this is a good thing, too. I noticed in the top 50 of trends, 2 costumes that weren't on the list that I've seen in
Hillary
the
Clinton
past.
and Donald Trump.
Well, all right, that's 4.
Sexy nurse?
Actually, what is a nun?
Sexy vermin supreme?
No, I'm thinking military personnel.
Ooh, yeah.
And police officer kids.
Good point. All right, go ahead, Otis.
So that's pretty good in my book.
Better?
Yeah, that's better. Thanks, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. I don't want to blow your guys' ears out.
Thank you for that.
Sorry about that. I mean, I didn't want to blow you guys' ears out. So anyways, listen, I really like the Halloween costumes you guys are doing. It's beautiful. It's very nice.
Oh, thanks.
Are you dressed up?
I am dressed up. Guess what I am?
I don't know. Give me a hint.
I'm dressed as my grandmother's dog, Buster, for Halloween. Yeah.
I was almost going to guess dog. I should have said it because you called about.
You would have had it.
Yeah, you'd called about the dog before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So listen, both of you guys got the Halloween costumes on, and I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Otis. Are you going to take a picture and put it in the chat room so we can actually see if you're really dressed like Buster?
You dressed as Buster?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
All right.
I'm going to put it in the Safe for Work channel.
Okay, thank you for that.
Safe for Work.
Okay, good.
I'm not dressed up as like a nude dog or something. I'm not an a-hole.
Well, kind of dogs are all nude, but there's hair.
Well, yeah, I'm wearing pants, of course. So, yeah, but what's up with the other guy? He's not wearing a costume.
He did have
one.
one.
In the Halloween spirit.
He's not in the Halloween spirit. Conan, you didn't even know it was Halloween today.
I've been working all day. I've got things to do.
Conan.
I got things to do.
And Ian, but
Jackie made me a Halloween costume, and
it's hanging up right now behind him.
Yeah, it's up there.
And that guy that just walked in the background, he isn't wearing a Halloween costume either.
Oh no, he's dressed as a computer programmer.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
No, you're right. Michael Hampton did not dress up today either, but I didn't dress up for most of the day. I mean, you guys said, hey, do you have a costume? And I threw
You know, the best thing about your guys' costumes is the onesies.
Yeah.
You can wear them as pajamas for the rest of the year.
I guess. I mean, that probably would. I don't know if these are designed to be worn.
Yeah,
they'll
probably fall apart.
Yeah.
What I
Probably,
actually
you should
was listed
wear
as
it to
pajamas.
attract a mate. That's the ideal kind of operation with those kinds of onesies. They're very much of a turn on
You
for
think
the women,
so?
in my opinion.
I'm
In my
going to the
opinion.
bar. I know I might go to the bar tonight, so we'll see how that works out. I'm not expecting much because they're all a bunch of old women. But anyway.
The college girls aren't old women, Ian.
There are not college girls at this bar, I'm telling you. There was one night where there were, but...
Wait a second. What bar is it? Maybe it's the same bar my grandmother goes to.
It's right across the street from the college.
Yeah, it is right across the street, but almost none of the college students.
Well, where do the college girls go to drink? Or they just stay in their dorms?
Cobblestone.
No, yeah, there's a few different colleges.
The Cobblestone?
There's a couple college bars. But no, that's not the one where I'm going tonight. But anyway, go ahead.
Or are you not allowed to go where they frequent because you're not even allowed on the college campus?
I'm allowed on the college campus. I was there this morning.
Didn't you get kicked
breakfast,
off? You got the
I've been
band
kicked off
hammered,
like 5 times. I've been kicked off, and
they can't permanently prohibit someone from going on to state college property.
They might be able to try, but no, they've never.
They can try, and our lawyer wound up writing them a letter, and they wound up rescinding it.
And that was just a year ban, but yeah, they rescinded that after the attorney wrote a letter. But anyway, yeah, what were you calling about, Otis? Sorry, go ahead.
Just Halloween in general. I mean, we talked a lot about Halloween already.
Yeah, for sure.
Freaking kids keep coming to my house trying to get free candy.
Now, wait a minute. It's 9:30 at night.
Well, no, not now. Not
okay.
now. Earlier in the day, they kept coming, and I said, "Listen, guys, I'm not giving away handouts here. This is freaking my house." And I live pretty much in the middle of nowhere. For them to drive, the parents to drive them all the way out here. The parents drive them out to my place because they say, "Okay, we're going to get a lot of candy because these people don't have many visitors." But it's like, well, I'm not going to be having candy for these kids. I'm not giving out candy. Okay, I buy the candy myself. Eat candy. Yes, I have candy in the house. You're not getting any of it.
Doesn't not giving out candy increase the danger of vandalism?
Well, I mean, we are well armed in this household. We can protect ourselves. If vandalism seeks to occur, I mean, we will defend ourselves.
All right, fair enough.
And we'll sick Buster on him in the meantime. I mean, Buster is a pretty vicious dog.
What kind of dog is Buster?
He's a Sheltie. He's a beautiful little Sheltie. He's so fluffy and happy. Very nice.
What is a Sheltie?
Offhand, I'm not familiar enough with dog breeds or whatever, so I don't know what that. Conan's going to pull it up. Is it a small dog? Sheltie sounds small. It's got a small sound to it.
It's like a collie. It's the same kind of look as a collie, but it's smaller.
A sheepdog.
It looks like a collie.
A Shetland sheepdog.
Is it small? It's smaller though than a sheepdog because sheepdogs are big.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's small.
Okay, gotcha.
And they have a tendency to get nervous.
But shorter.
Very nervous.
Gotcha. Is it like one of those dogs with super short legs, but it's kind of got a normal sized body?
Yes.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Big old head.
Absolutely. They get nervous, so they have a very, like, the breed is very well known for being a very nervous kind of dog.
Is it one of those dogs where I know my a friend of mine when I was growing up had a dachshund, and it looks like a Lassie dog. Yeah,
Lassie,
for sure.
but short legs.
I gotcha. My friend had a dachshund, and as soon as you come
Wiener
home,
dog.
the damn thing would pee on the carpet just because it was so excited.
Yeah.
It was so excited it couldn't control its bowels, and apparently, or not bowels, but its bladder. And apparently, that's pretty common with those dogs. Is your dog like that? Is Buster like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's annoying. I couldn't stand that. To have a dog like that, would be so.
I can't even do dogs anymore. That's all. I'm done with them. I'm a cat person.
I'll tell you what we do about it. What do you do? So, Buster,
diapers.
You can buy treats. You can buy treats for the dogs that have like cannabis in them, and it really mellows them out and gets them to calm down and not be as nervous, and they don't have as many problems.
Can you buy those in New York?
Now, I know that when I was in Maine recently, I saw that there were some dog treats that had CBD.
Yeah,
it was like $20 for a kind of small bag, and I didn't want to spend that much on Jazzy, so I just got her the pumpkin treats.
Thank you for that. Jazzy's really been enjoying
we definitely buy the weed. We buy the weed because it makes Buster less nervous.
Otis, thanks for the call. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Listen, guys.
Happy Halloween to you. I think he was about to say that. Thank you, Otis.
Post the Buster picture.
Yeah. Otis, we want to see the Buster picture, man. I want to see your outfit. You got to see us. It's only fair. Toll-free number here, 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. You can bring up anything you want. Take control of the airwaves here on Free Talk Live.
What if there was a social media network only for the conservative?
What if there was a social media network not only for the conservative right general public, but also a platform for conservative politicians and advertisers?
And what if this social media network was the only free speech network in existence?
There is. It's rightsocial.net.
Rightsocial.net, a response to President Donald Trump's direct presidential order.
Rightsocial.net, where you have the right to freely speak your mind.
Rightsocial.net, the right place to be.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you got to keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveatpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveatpurse.com. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what the readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. freedomsphoenix.com, constantly providing the information, the real news about government policies, and the real relationship we all have with the coercive government. The real condition of the economy, innovations in technology, breakthroughs in energy, health, and computer science. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media. The corporate media, nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but now there's an alternative. freedomsphoenix.com. Constant news updates on the issues that affect your life in the most important ways. With liberty and property under constant attack, freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda, and it encourages the participation of its readers. Go to freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com. The revolution between the ears has already happened.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
Free Talk Live. Dial toll free. Bring up anything you want. Our number here is 855-450-FREE. At some point, I am going to stop the calls just so we can get to Ross Ulbricht's letter. Darryl, how many paragraphs? Like, is this something we can hammer out in a segment? He's usually
should be able to.
He's usually pretty brief in the writings I've seen.
Right, it's not that long, and to tell you paragraphs would be deceiving.
I see.
Because some of the paragraphs are one or two sentences.
Right.
Happy birthday, Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what he's going to be writing to us, not to us specifically, but to Bitcoin.
Yes.
And we're going to share it with you coming up here. Ian, Conan, and Darryl in the studio. By the way, I do want you to know, speaking of cryptocurrencies, how to accept Bitcoin in real life at your point of sale, at a cash register, for instance. AnyPay makes it possible. Not only Bitcoin, BTC, but also Dash and Zen and others. Go to anypay.global to get signed up. It couldn't be much easier than they've made it. You create your username and password. You put your cryptocurrency wallet addresses in the setup page, and then you load the app on your point of sale device. That's it. You're done. If you've already got a crypto wallet and you've already got a point of sale device, I mean, you're talking about a 5, maybe 10-minute long process. If you don't have a crypto wallet, okay, you might add another few minutes to download a crypto wallet, get that set up. But really, we're talking about a very, very quick process here to get started accepting cryptocurrency. No cost to you as the merchant to do it over at anypay.global. As we continue here, we've got Free Market Penguin. He's on the line on our Discord chat. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm going to kind of switch up the subject a little bit.
Yes, sir.
I was, a lot of times I listen to the state-sponsored news outlet NPR because I really like them. I mean, they have some really good content, regardless of, all that. Say what you will. But I was listening to NPR, and they brought up a topic. Well, there's a lot of topics I hear that I want to bring up on Free Talk Live. Okay. They brought up a polling that indicates that positions, and I hate to bring this subject up, but the Kavanaugh thing, the whole
that was
war,
the judge guy that people were arguing over whether or not he allegedly raped somebody as a teenager.
Yes, I'm sure unless you've been living under a rock, or maybe you're somewhere where you just don't follow U.S. news, I'm sure you've heard all about it, and we had to deal with that whole national crisis for a while. But anyway, they said that opinions over this, and everybody, of course, had their opinions, were split, not on gender lines, but purely on, or mostly on partisan lines. And I really saw that a lot during the time that even just not Republicans and Democrats, but people that even ever so slightly lean conservative or liberal, they, you have almost 50% of people saying, people lost their minds. You have almost 50% of people saying women lie, false allegations happen. We need to protect men from false allegations. Women are trying to destroy men's lives. And then another half of people, tons of people saying, oh, men are rapists, and I believe women, you don't believe women, misogynist, and this and that. And people really lost their minds and threw their morals out the window because there's really no basis to say any of these things. There was no evidence either way. And,
well, I mean, it's insane
through
to
any
say
kind of principles or scruples.
Well, it's insane to say blank lies, right? Because, I mean, obviously, all humans at some point have lied at some point in their life, but they're specifically talking about lying for the purpose of throwing somebody in prison for rape allegations. And no, not everybody lies about that who's a woman, and not everybody lies about that who's a man. Some people will. I don't know
and
how many
there
of
are
them.
also, a lot of different reports that show that a sizable percentage of women who are raped or otherwise sexually assaulted never report it because of fear of retaliation, fear of character assassination on them, because there's always the questions of, well, what were you wearing? What were you doing the night that it happened? And then all kinds of things to bring it back to basically say, like, you brought this on yourself, just as if some guy wearing a three-piece suit walked through the ghetto and wound up having his wallet stolen of, well, you put yourself in a situation.
And
That's ridiculous.
The same thing could be said about men who are sexually assaulted. It's a whole lot of reasons why you wouldn't want to report that either.
Most men that are sexually assaulted never report it.
Right.
Yeah, and there's also the situation. There's also basically the situation of, I mean, it is going to be something that's going to, if you make a legal case out of it, this requires evidence and testimony and poking and prodding at the woman. I mean, that's a lot to go through for something that it's a he said, she said, whether or not was consensual or not even ever mentioning the fact that, if 30 or 35 years passed, that's just absolutely ridiculous. But even on to back up what I was saying, even like libertarians, even people on some of the shows on LRN.FM, some co-hosts and callers and different people. I mean, people that don't have really the skin in the game. It's just you could see the clear divide just based on philosophy and just way of thinking about people, whether they just absolutely want to skewer this woman for accusing a man, which with no actual evidence that she could ever come up with, but except for testimony, sworn testimony, obviously, or people that just want to absolutely pillory men for being rapists and predators. And we've just all collectively lost our minds, and it was extremely frustrating, in my opinion.
Not this guy. I'm looking at it from afar. I'm watching all this nonsense, this craziness going down, and the two tribes, Darryl. There are really two tribes. They are the same tribe, but there's a civil war going on, and the fighting is it's ridiculous.
Do you believe in this civil war concept, Free Market Penguin?
I don't think people are going to ever actually, in a large scale, maybe in a really decentralized manner. Yeah, there could be violence. There was particularly violent times we've had in the past few years where there was a lot more violence than now, some political violence and stuff. But no, I mean, it's just people just dividing themselves into tribes, like you said, like for no reason, just dividing themselves up into tribes and arguing over pro X and anti X.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's for no reason. I mean, these people want to feel like they've got others who agree with them, right?
This is a natural occurrence. This is biology.
Yeah.
The problem is that it doesn't end well, because I mean, you can't have if you're too far left or too far right, you're not going to survive. What you need is a healthy combination of the two, which is what I consider a lot of libertarians. And no, I mean, there's nothing good about being too far on one side or the other. You're gonna starve yourselves. You're gonna starve your tribes.
Well, it's not left or right on real political theory, principle, or real economic theories. It's literally just mostly pointless partisanship, really, because honestly, and it's not like those parties actually have principles the same way that a socialist or especially a libertarian does. I mean, they're just partisans.
Thank you for the call, Free Market Penguin.
You know what they are? They're NPCs. Both
non-player
sides.
characters.
Non-player characters. They're just spouting what
That's right, Conan.
This is one of those theories that everything's a simulation and only certain people are actually, players.
I wonder if these people have an original thought in their heads. I wonder if they go through their daily lives and they actually have
so cynical.
A single individual
Conan, you
thought.
should have been an NPC.
I should have been. I would be a quest giver. I'd be the guy handing out the quests.
What? Oh. A wizard or something.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, Penguin. Go ahead.
No, I mean just when I hear things on NPR like that, is sometimes they're really shocking. But it's I'll bring them to you because they're really like food for thought, man. It's just I called about it a few times, and it's like that is exactly what I experienced. That people are It wasn't male or female. There were women.
So wait, what was it that NPR had said? I'm sorry? What was it that NPR had said on this?
The poll said that it wasn't a gender divide at all. It was a partisan divide.
Yeah, and I saw several polls on that as well, to where it was split between almost inverse of Republicans at X% believe Y person, and then the Democrats, the opposite percent, would not believe that person. Yeah.
Well,
so it's clearly partisan, and most things in this country are clearly partisan.
We cannot all get along. Thanks for the call tonight. Appreciate it. Which is why we need to have people who believe in liberty make the move to New Hampshire. Because if you gather together with people who think like you do, or at least mostly think like you do, you're going to have a better society. And then maybe we can drive away the Republican-Democrat status. And, Republicans go to Texas, Democrats can go to California. It's Free Talk Live.
This November, I'm running the New York City Marathon as a member of Team Innocence Project because I'm a passionate supporter of their work. 2018 has been a banner year for the Innocence Project. Since January, 9 of their clients have walked free. Innocent people who combined to serve more than 200 years in prison for crimes they did not commit. And because of the Innocence Project, the risk of being wrongfully convicted has been greatly reduced for millions of people. October 2nd is International Wrongful Conviction Day. It's an opportunity to draw attention to the countless innocent men and women who remain behind bars and the need to reform our broken criminal justice system to prevent wrongful convictions. At any given time, the Innocence Project represents 200 clients who need their help to prove their innocence. This year, the Innocence Project helped pass a first-in-the-nation prosecutorial oversight law in New York and eyewitness identification reforms in New Hampshire and Louisiana. You can help the Innocence Project by going to run.freetalklive.com. That's run.freetalklive.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, veterinarian and naturopathic physician. The Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy with an important message. Take charge of your health. Do not continue to blindly follow the system that has failed us all. I appreciate GCN listeners because you're open-minded and intelligent. If our system is so great, why is it that the United States, the USA, ranks nearly 60th worldwide in longevity and number 1 in obesity? All the while we spend more money than all the other countries combined annually on unnecessary healthcare procedures and toxic drugs. It doesn't take much to get on track, not with the government or pharmaceutical companies, but rather you in control of your own health with a basic understanding of nutrition and supplementation. FDI Longevity has the finest quality health, sports, and energy supplements available. GCN listeners are invited to join our team of people who want to stay healthy well into old age. We are currently looking for specialists to represent FDI Longevity and Save America. To buy products at wholesale prices or join our business team, go to gcnteam.com. That's gcnteam.com. Support GCN. Get healthy.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this, right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, connect with others via the forum at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live. Moments remain here. Maybe enough time for you, but we're giving Ross Ulbricht the segment here. If we don't finish, if we finish the thing, then we'll get to your calls.
Right.
Okay, so we got Ross Ulbricht. He wrote a letter. He's the founder of the Silk Road, the world's first and most important underground drug marketplace. But it was more than that. It sold other things besides just drugs, as his mom pointed out in her presentation at the Texas Bitcoin Conference, which was, I had the pleasure of actually getting to see that. It's very rare that I actually go into any of the presentations at these conferences we attend, because usually we're busy doing our radio show and talking to people out in the vendor area. But I did get to see Lynn's presentation because she was the last person to present. We'd already kind of cleaned up our table at that point and went and watched that. And there was an interesting quote where she said, she didn't say it, but somebody was quoted with saying, and I'm sorry I don't remember who it was, that after Satoshi Nakamoto, Ross Ulbricht is arguably the second most important person to Bitcoin.
I'd agree.
I think so. I think that's the truth. Because he created the Silk Road, which was really the first. There was the guy who spent 10,000 Bitcoins on some pizzas, and that's historic, and Bitcoin Pizza Day, great. But the Silk Road was the reason a lot of people got into cryptocurrency. A lot of people got into Bitcoin for the first time because they could buy some pot or whatever it was that they wanted to buy on the Silk Road. It's just a fact, I think. It's really what spurred a lot of the controversy. It spurred a lot of the news coverage. It spurred a lot of the initial real use of Bitcoin, beyond just the sort of the speculative, let's be internet geeks and pass around this currency thing, right? This actually gave people a reason to use the thing. And now Ross himself is writing from prison, and we are going to share that with you. But first, I do want to thank Brian Painter, who's a Free Talk Live Platinum Amplifier, meaning he gives $25 a month to Free Talk Live to help us get on new radio stations, to help us bring new internet listeners on board with the show. And that's what the AMP program is all about. It's about spreading the ideas of liberty and peace and cryptocurrency. So go to amp.freetalklive.com. That's ampamp.freetalklive.com. You can sign up there with Bitcoin, BTC, as well as PayPal, as well as credit cards. So once again, amp.freetalklive.com. You get some cool perks if you're in that club. Here's the letter. It's called what?
Happy birthday, Bitcoin!
Yes.
Woo-hoo. Bitcoin is turning 10, and like many of us, I feel like a proud parent, having watched it grown into its potential over the years.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, I am Satoshi Nakamoto.
I guess I'm the estranged father in prison, though, who can't be there to help raise his son. Aww. Bitcoin. Mommy, when's Daddy coming home? Mommy. He'll come home as soon as he can, sweetie. Bitcoin. Why did he leave, Mommy?
I don't like that Bitcoin voice. It's too young.
10 years old, dude.
Yeah, but this is technology, not...
Well, you're supposed to have a voice like that if you're using the word mommy. You shouldn't be using that
I'll explain when you're older. Now run along and play with blockchain with the other cryptos. Bitcoin, as a 10-year-old kid, is not a bad analogy. The technology is still very young, still growing. It's been shooting up like a weed and been through some growing pains, but it's barely a preteen and has the rocky road of adolescence still ahead. It's something we all have to go through to mature into adults to discover who we are, and Bitcoin is no different. We will see in the years ahead what Bitcoin is capable of, how it will be used, and the impact it has or it will have on our world. I have high hopes that our gifted child will exceed everyone's expectations and go on to greatness. But it is still a child that must be nurtured and protected. Bitcoin needs us to continue guiding it with the values it was founded on that gave it its potential. We must keep our focus on decentralization, privacy, and empowering individuals. We are Bitcoin's advocates and representatives. How far it goes and what it becomes in the future, in the crucial years ahead, will depend on us. It's a technology with the power to make abstractions like peace and equality into a reality. But It's up to us to embody such ideals and be role models for the ever-growing Bitcoin community and for Bitcoin itself. I'm so excited for what's to come in the next 10 years for Bitcoin and all of its crypto cousins. I just hope I can come home and make up these lost years and show everyone where my heart truly is.
Damn. We all hope that Ross can come home, and I just wish I could. I wish I could be more optimistic about it. I mean, it's so. I don't blame his mom for believing that it's possible to get Donald Trump to commute Ross's sentence, because that's basically all we got left.
Yeah.
Unless there's some sort of act of Congress to commute all the sentences of all, nonviolent drug offenders that would somehow sweep him into that, which is even less likely probably than Donald Trump having some sort of compassion for him. They do have a petition. It's up over right now at freeross.org. You can sign the petition. You should.
Over 95,000 signers the last time I looked.
Yeah, she mentioned they were close to 100,000. She wants to get, his mom, Lynn, wants to get 500,000 signatures on this. If you can get to 100,000, you should be able to get to 500,000, I would think. But either way, it's, 100,000 is no slouch. That's pretty impressive. If you haven't signed this yet,
96,000. I just pulled it up.
Please go, in the name of Bitcoin, in the name of freedom, in the name of the free market,
in the name of liberty, sign this petition. I understand you're begging Donald Trump for something. Okay, I get it. That's frustrating. The system sucks. The government is what it is. It's a violent organization. They do horrifying things. There's no shortage to the number of people that are being abused in government prisons right now, and he's just one of them. Okay, so let's not pretend like he's the only victim here of the government. He's one of them. He's one that we've followed closely here on Free Talk Live. You can go to freeross.org. Watch the documentary, by the way, which I admittedly have only seen part 1 of, but I do want to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm waiting until it all comes out, and then I'm just going to marathon it.
It's going to be a 6-part documentary. I think it's up to 4 or 5 of the 6 parts are out at this point. It's called Railroaded, and it's also right there. I believe it's toward the top of the freeross.org website.
So I'm on the website right now. The top thing under the menu is a big red bar that says, "Help us bring Ross home, sign the petition." Right under that, big black bar, read or watch episode 4 of Railroaded now.
If you don't take our word for it, I mean, if you want to take our word for it, then please sign the petition. But if you don't want to take our word for it, watch Railroaded. It is based on fact. It's based on court documents, government evidence. It's based on the facts. The first 20 minutes, the segment 1 that I watched, that's enough to where you'll want to watch the rest of it.
Right.
But if you just watch that first part, you're going to be like, oh my God, what did they do to this person? I mean, what they've done is absolutely horrifying.
Well, it's in the name.
They made an example of
Railroaded.
They railroaded him. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, the things they reveal in just the first part are outrageous. I can't imagine how much worse it's going to get. And I know things about the case. I was paying close attention. We talked about it day after day when the trial was happening, and I learned stuff.
We were reading court documents regularly. Obviously, we didn't read all of them, but there were enough of the filings that we were reading and various things to where we knew a lot more information than, say, the average person.
Yeah, the corruption within the ranks of the federal government, FBI, and the other police agencies that were involved starts to come out in part 1 of this thing, and it's just going to get worse from here. As you're watching this Railroaded presentation. And by the way, you don't have to watch. There's an audio version and text versions.
Yes.
So whatever your preference is as far as taking in information, they've made it so everybody's preference has been met here with this Railroaded documentary. They actually started it by writing it, and then they created audio, and then they added pictures and such to the audio to create the video, which you can watch anytime you want. Go to freeross.org. Check that out. And if you still don't feel like signing the petition, then you are a cold-hearted, evil statist who is a sick drug warrior freak. Because this is the only way that you would not want to sign this petition to help Ross. Which, again,
Or you're lazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're lazy, you don't have any excuse. Because
if you're lazy, you're not going to watch or listen to 6 episodes of a documentary.
It's just clicking on some stuff on the internet to sign this, okay? It doesn't take a lot of effort. And if you want to go all out, then write Ross a letter because, it sucks to be in a jail cell. I've only been in jail, okay? I know how bad it can be in at least just jail. You could easily get lonely. And Ross right now is in he's in solitary confinement. Yeah. He's been put there because he was threatened by a gang. They wanted him to go beat somebody up for them, and he refused because he likes peace.
Yes.
And so he had to go to solitary because he's now under threat of violence by these gang members. So he's got literally nothing to do. His mom says all he gets in there is a Bible. Send him something to read. He doesn't need to know who you are. He doesn't know who you are. It's fine. Just send him something. His address is at freeross.org. The petition, all that. We'll see you tomorrow night. Happy Halloween. It's Free Talk Live.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. Physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless free market non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple